You took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Good evening and welcome into this IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of the 2021 Idaho State Football Tournament. Tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide co-op and country stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. It's a two-way quarterfinal showdown tonight inside Holt Arena in Pocatello, as the 6th-seeded Declo Hornets take on the 3rd-seeded Firth Cougars. Hi, everybody, inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey alongside Sean Kane. This is going to be a good old-fashioned Tommy knocker. These are two really good 2A programs.
Yeah, you've just got two programs that not only make it to the playoffs, but they both make deep runs to the playoff. Firth in the final last year, I believe Declo into the semifinals.
Correct.
Yeah, so there you've got teams that usually might match up a little later in a quarterfinal. Pretty exciting.
Declo has made it to 6 of the last 7 semifinal rounds. But if the Hornets want to do it again tonight, they are going to have to bring their best. The Hornets come in with a 6-3 overall record. Firth checks in with a 7-2 mark. And let's start with Declo. This was a year they came in expecting to win their conference. It's only a 3-team league, right? And Wendell and Valley are still a ways off. In fact, Valley is moving down to 1A D1 next year, so it'll be a 2-team league starting next year. The question was, how would they do with the rest of their schedule? Well, it turns out pretty well, right? West Jefferson, that's a playoff team. They won 42-0. Aberdeen was a playoff team. They won 37-20. Kimberly was a really good 3A team that just missed out on the playoffs. They won that 41-40. Really, where their season and their max preps ranking took a hit was back-to-back losses, and 3 really in a span of 4 games. They lost to Gooding, which is in the 3A semifinals. That's not a bad loss. But they lost to Nampa Christian 28-20, and Nampa Christian is the 5 seed. They're playing tomorrow at Bear Lake. And then they lost to Filer, a 3A team. They lost 17-16. Now, the way the Max Preps rankings work is the computer doesn't recognize that, Declo is a 2A team and they played a much bigger school at the 3A level. All it saw was that, Filer was kind of average and they should have won.
Yeah.
And so their Max Preps ranking got dinged because of it, and they come in as the 6th seed.
Yeah, it's just kind of an interesting place for Declo to come in. Winning the conference, they'd probably expect a little higher seed, but with the new Max Prep ranking, that's kind of where it laid, and, I think they're up for the task.
And Declo tonight, the guys will want to keep an eye on, of course, the ground game. They love to run the football with Derek Matthews. He comes in with 124 carries, 966 yards, and 14 touchdowns on the ground. But they've also got great versatility from Keegan Ramsey. Check out this stat line. He's completed 22 of 44 passes for 247 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's ran the ball 75 times for 732 yards and 7 touchdowns. And he's also caught 5 passes for 102 yards and a touchdown. He's kind of like Cordell Stewart back in the day for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He's got a little bit of everything. And on the rushing for Ramsey, he averages 9.8 per carry. So he's kind of like just a first down machine. Either throw it, pass it, or catch it.
And for Firth, on the other side of the coin, you mentioned it, the Cougars got all the way to the championship last year. They knocked off North Fremont 7-6 in a really blizzarding game in the semifinals. A lot of people thought North Fremont probably would have advanced, but Firth won on a Taden Jacobson 87-yard scoop and score. Well, he's gone, but pretty much everybody else is back. Firth, we mentioned 7-2, but their 2 losses were to the top 2 seeds in the postseason. They lost at Westside in the season opener in overtime, 26-20, and then they lost in the regular season finale to North Fremont by just a point, 22-21. So this is a Firth team that feels like they have unfinished business, right?
Yeah, I mean, you start kind of an odd matchup, right, to start the season with the rematch of the championship game and just barely lose that one, and then, just barely lose to North Fremont. So they've handled everyone else and they've come super close to both teams that are at the top of the rankings. So it's a team, just kind of ready to strike, kind of like a Panther, right?
Yeah, 2 losses by 7 points total for the Firth Cougars here in 2021. They will be wearing their home jerseys, and we like the look of these, right? It's black jerseys, black pants, dark blue letters and numbers with white trim around them with the dark blue helmets. Declo will be in the white jerseys, white pants. They've got the black letters and numbers and those black helmets. I don't think we're going to do a national anthem because this is the second game of a doubleheader. So please welcome Coach Josh Stewart. Okay, so yes, we're good.
Okay, yeah.
I was waiting for a second.
Paused like he was going to say, and now we're going to do the.
Let's all rise. But okay, so we didn't. All right, so Firth comes in with a pretty balanced offensive attack, right? They run a spread formation. Gage Vasquez started as a quarterback last year as a sophomore. He's a state champion wrestler in one of the lighter weights. So he's a small guy, but he's shifty. He's completed 70% of his passes for 1,814 yards, 14 touchdowns, but they're just as dangerous running the football as well.
Yeah, you've got Park back there, the senior. He's got 151 carries, 1,216 yards. He's averaging, 8 yards a carry. He's averaging 135 yards a game and, 17 touchdowns. He's just been a monster in the backfield for Firth this season.
A lot of family ties on this Firth team.
And then you also, like you said that, then you've got Burton Park. He's got 45 carries for 385 yards. So the Parks are carrying the team.
The Parks are cousins. Sam and Burton are cousins. And then Burton Park is also cousins to Gage and Alex Vasquez. so Gage is the starting quarterback.
So the offense runs through that family is what we're getting at.
It does. Then you have Athen and Eric Blomquist. They're brothers. There's a bunch of Jacobsons as well, so a family affair. Declo won the toss, deferred to the second half. They will kick off to start tonight's contest. And back deep to return for Firth is Gage Vasquez, the quarterback. He'll pick it up at the 20-yard line, trying to get to the edge, to the 25, gets the corner, the 30, the 35, and a great return for Gage Vasquez, and a penalty flag for a late hit on the play by Declo as well. That's a dumb penalty on the opening kickoff of the game as Rafael Sanchez hits Vasquez way late out of bounds.
Way late. Vasquez turned nothing into a whole lot of something there with getting to the edge. Man, he was quick.
And he is such a great athlete. He does it all. He plays quarterback. He plays in the secondary. He's the return man. So late hit against Declo. So it was a return out to the 43-yard line, tack on 15 more yards. And Firth is going to start in great field position to start here following that personal foul late hit penalty against Declo. It will be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Ball is at the Hornets' 46-yard line. Firth working left to right here in this opening quarter of action. Vasquez out of a shotgun, man in motion. They'll fake the sweep, handoff inside, breaking into the secondary. Sam Park on the opening play takes it into the end zone for a 46-yard touchdown.
Well, for once, the players made the broadcasters look like they knew what they were talking about. They just right off the back there, Vasquez to Park, and what a great run.
Sam Park, a 46-yard touchdown run, just 17 seconds into the ball game. And now Firth will line up for the point after try. Snap down, kick is on the way, and through. Trying to see who booted that through for the Cougars. Looks like it was Cooper Leslie. We'll double check that number. Might have been Gabe Nelson as well. We like the uniforms, they look good. Numbers a little difficult to decipher for Firth. So yeah, Cooper Leslie with that PAT.
It blends in just a little bit.
Either way, 7-0 Firth. A great kickoff return, a 46-yard touchdown run, and Declo learning quickly what so many others have discovered this year. Firth has a lot of speed.
Yeah, both Sam Park just showed his speed, and Gage Vasquez on the return. Man, those guys are fast, and that's going to be hard to defend. But both teams put up a good amount of points. Firth averages 44 points, and Declo at 28 points. So this could be a high-scoring affair between these two teams.
So 7-0 Firth with 11:43 to play in the first quarter of action, and now it's the Cougars that will kick off, and Declo a chance to showcase their running game because Declo also runs the ball really well with Derek Matthews.
Yeah, Derek Matthews, just great. 124 carries on the season, averaging almost 8 yards per carry, so 120 yards per game and 14 rushing touchdowns. So just an offensive machine, and he's had 5+ 100-yard games this season.
Matthews and Caden Ramsey back deep to return. It's a line drive kick from Leslie. Will be taken by Ramsey at the 10, up the middle to the 20, the 25, and a good return out to the 28. Well, they keep pushing the pile. He gets out past the 30 and the 31-yard line.
Good second effort there. 3 or 4 more yards.
So a good return by Caden Ramsey. He's the cousin to Keegan Ramsey on this Declo team. It's 1st and 10 for the Hornets from their own 31, working right to left here in our opening quarter of action. 7-0 Firth lead, 11:33 to play first quarter. How does Declo respond? They'll start with a shotgun formation here. Slot man in motion all the way out to the right side is Caden Ramsey on first down. 3 receivers to the right side. They will throw that way. It's complete. Keegan Ramsey with the reception across the 40 and to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 14 and a first down.
Yeah, you kind of got the feel like they didn't quite know what play they were supposed to be running, but it worked out well for Declo.
So a gain of 14 there on first down from Will Gerard, the sophomore quarterback. Gerard ready on 1st and 10 from his own 43 now. 3 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Keegan Ramsey, the man in motion again. It's Matthews on the carry, and Matthews brought down immediately. In on the stop for Firth that time coming through. Looked like it was Eric Blomquist on the stop. So Matthews loses 2 yards on that carry, 2nd and 12.
And Firth, definitely a very strong defensive team this year. They've been able really to hold opponents.
Yeah, good solid defense, only allowing 11.2 points per game. 2nd and 12. Gerard over the middle. That ball is bobbled and nearly intercepted. It ultimately will fall to the turf, incomplete. Boy, Wyatt Nelson playing a game of hot potato. Had it around the 45-yard line, bobbled it about 6 times, and it ultimately falls incomplete.
Bobbled it over the Declo receiver's head, too, a little bit, and almost got it.
So 3rd and 12 now for the Declo Hornets. 10:21 to play, opening quarter of action. This is a Firth defensive line that is fierce and fast. A year ago, Athen Blomquist had 32 sacks in one season.
Wow.
3rd and 12. Direct snap to the Wildcat back across the 45 up to the 49-yard line is Derek Matthews taking the direct snap that time. Ends up picking up 11 yards or 9 yards, and it's 4th and 4 with the ball at their own 49. Looks like Declo will punt here.
And it looks like between both Blomquists, they've got almost 20 sacks.
Yeah, they're tough.
This season. 33 sacks for the whole team on the season.
The defensive line for Firth is for real. 4th down, Declo looks like they're going to punt, but they didn't have enough guys out on the field. It'll be Derek Matthews to punt it away for the Hornets with 9:30 to play in the first quarter. Matthews rolling out. Good kick. Will be fair caught by Gage Vasquez at the 10-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Firth. So Firth's first drive started at the Declo 46. This drive starts at their own 10. Little different.
A little difference, yeah. Nice punt, though, by Declo. That was a good rollouting punt. And, punting and, just different special teams things can be just so important in these quarterfinal, and playoff matches. Just it can come down to the smallest things, and it's good to see that.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 2 receivers either side out of that spread formation. Vasquez ready on 1st down. Will hand off up the middle and to the 15-yard line. Sam Park. That is a gain of 5 to make it 2nd and 5.
But, you've also got a Declo defense that's been pretty strong this year, too. They've been able to hold opponents to just 17 points a game. So, again, Declo's got a pretty strong defense as well.
Which side will blink first? It was Declo on defense. 2nd down and 5. It's an option play left side. Vasquez the pitch out to Sam Park. Park's got the 1st down. A swim move to the 25-yard line. That is a gain of 11 and a 1st down. And again, just such blinding speed as Park took the pitch from Vasquez. 1st and 10 for Firth from their own 27-yard line.
Once his legs, Sam Park's legs get moving, man, they're going. They're going. They seem like one with those black pants, right? It's just like
Right. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Man in motion, low snap. Vasquez has to pick it up off the turf, and he falls on it back at the 21-yard line. So a low snap that time. Vasquez never got the handle on it, and that is a loss of 7. Actually, closer to a loss of 5, as it looks like. So makes it 2nd and 15.
And that's kind of what Declo does. They have a lot of guys that have tackles with loss of yards, so they like to get in there and get to the running back or quarterback early as fast as possible.
2nd and 15. 2 receivers either side. Vasquez back to pass for the first time tonight. Now going to roll out of the pocket on the right side. At the last moment, throws it up. It is caught at the 49-yard line. What a reception on the near sideline for a first down. On the reception for Firth was Austin Jacobson.
Just amazing over the. That was a great catch right in front of us, Brandon. And I can't believe he came down with it.
That is a 30-yard reception by Austin Jacobson from Vasquez. 1st and 10 for Firth from the Declo 48-yard line. It's going to be a sweep play off the left side. This is Burton Park for the first time tonight. And Burton Park across the 45 to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5 for Burton Park.
And Vasquez he's just kind of sneaky, smart quarterback back there. He, like you said, he's not huge. He's not, a big, imposing guy, but he is fast and he's just very head smart back there.
Yeah, as a freshman, I believe he won the state wrestling title at the lightweight level, at the 98-pound level.
Wow.
And so, yeah, he's a small guy, only about 5'3", 5'4", I think. Here's an inside toss on a shovel pass this time. Austin Jacobson again takes it to the 40 for a gain of 3. So 6:20 to play here in the first quarter of action. 7-0 Firth lead on a 46-yard touchdown run by Sam Park on the very first play of the game.
Yeah. Some teams take a shot with with a pass. You can see Firth can kind of take their shot with the running game, and that's what they did. I like that kind of coming out right at the start, but definitely the speed kills.
3rd down and 2 for Firth. Declo needs a stop here defensively. Ball is at the Hornets' 40-yard line. Offset I formation. Vasquez under center. Hand off to Sam Park off the left side and gets a good block. Takes it to the 30 for a Firth first down.
Yeah, and Firth they have a lot of weapons, so on those short yardage, it's going to be very difficult to defend. I think it just. Also Vasquez can run it. He's had quite a few runs this season too, so you've just got a lot of weapons.
Sam Park last week in that first round win over Aberdeen had 75 yards on the ground. You might think that's a pretty average day, but he had 5 touchdowns.
Okay.
So, touche.
First a few.
Right. That's a couple. 1st and 10 for Firth from the 29-yard line of Declo. Sam Park left side, and the Hornets are finally able to get a stop there. A gain of just 3. And on the tackle for the Hornets was Jackson Loper.
It's kind of like in fantasy when, the running back runs the ball. In the NFL, gets all the carries, and they put in that, that one guy, and he gets the touchdown.
They call that the touchdown vulture.
Yeah, 10 yards and 3 touchdowns for, Williams.
Yeah. 2nd down and 8. And here's the thing about this Firth team. They don't really care who scores. It's a brotherhood.
Oh, yeah.
It's sometimes literally, right? A lot of brothers on this team. 2nd down and 8 for Firth. Ball at the Declo 27. 4.5 to play opening quarter. Cougars leading 7-0. And a timeout taken here by Cougars head coach Jordan Bartlett as the play clock was about to expire. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids in Rupert. They provide affordable, appropriate, personalized, and truly local hearing health care. The Pickup family is grateful to be able to serve the Mini-Cassia area and want to wish the Declo boys good luck in tonight's game. Call to make an appointment today at Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids in Rupert, 208-312-0957, or visit them online at mtharrisonaudiology.com. Also, tonight's game brought to you by Adrenaline Performance. Since 2008, Adrenaline Performance in Shelley has been the place to go for all your automotive needs. They offer a full-service mechanic shop with the best customer service you can find. Everyone at Adrenaline Performance wishes the Cougars good luck in tonight's game. Pretty impressive start for Firth.
Yeah, just Firth really able just kind of to control the game so far. They had the ball first, scored quickly, but were able to get Declo to punt, and they've just kind of controlled the ball here in the first quarter. The time of possession.
4:29 to play here, first quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Cougars. Play action fake. Vasquez has time, rolling out right side at the last moment, throws it high, it's caught! Bobbled off the right hand, and then hauled in with the second hand at the 20-yard line, and Wyatt Nelson. Boy, Nelson's had a couple of those, one on defense and now one on offense.
Yeah, and he kind of lines up as a fullback on offense or kind of a tight end, and so he kind of leads the blocking, but it's pretty good with, one hand.
That was a gain of 17 to Nelson as he ends up taking that to the Declo 17-yard line with 4:19 to play first quarter. Two receivers either side. Vasquez out of a shotgun. Sam Park on his left hip on 1st and 10 from the Declo 17, leading 7-0. Vasquez handoff to Sam Park up the middle across the 15 down to the 13-yard line. In on the tackle for Declo that time, Colin Wells. A gain of 4 on that first down carry for Sam Park makes it 2nd down and 6 for the Cougars. Ball is at the Declo 13.
And for Declo, you've got to start coming up with some stops here.
In danger of falling behind by 2 scores early. Sweep play, left side, Burton Park trying to get to the edge and got to the 10, but that's it. It'll be 3rd down and short. Declo did a nice job of stringing it out that time. It was Keegan Ramsey and Tragan Zollinger in on the stop for Declo.
Yeah, and, Ramsey is just so tough defensively. You're going to see him all over the field along with Matthews, both seniors, kind of leading the team in tackles.
Yeah, and I should say Tragan Zollinger.
Zollinger.
Zollinger is how you say that last name. Had a brain cramp for a moment. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. 3rd and 3 at the 10. Vasquez rolling out right side. Feeling the heat. Throws it out of the back of the end zone. 4th down. Good pressure applied that time on the pass rush by Derek Matthews. And Vasquez just ran out of real estate.
And you can tell Vasquez is just so dangerous when he can roll out and just make plays. He kind of can fake out guys or then also break away and run it. He's very dangerous back there.
Well, and a smart play by Vasquez there, right? Because
to throw that away.
Yeah, to throw it out of the back of the end zone.
No one was there. Everyone was covered. No sack, no loss of yards. Just heads up.
It brings up a 4th down and 3 for Firth at the Declo 10-yard line. 2 receivers in the tight end bunched in tight on the right side. That's where Vasquez is going on an out route. It's caught at the 5 by Nelson. Shakes off a defender, lowers the shoulder, and takes it into the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown.
Well, he already had a couple catches. One defensively and an offensive one, so nice catch. And I like how he just kind of went through the Declo defender to get into the end zone.
A 10-yard touchdown reception for Wyatt Nelson. And now it's Cooper Leslie on for the point after try. Make it 14-0. Snap down, kick down. It is wide left. So with 2:46 to play in the first quarter, Firth extends the lead to 13-0. Tonight's game brought to you by Mill End Fabrics in Burley. It's the place to go in the Mini-Cassia area for fabric, upholstery, and foam. Mill End Fabrics has been in business for 28 years, and it's run by your local friends and neighbors, not some out-of-state big box store. Come in and see their wide selection of sewing notions that are always 20% off. Stop by Mill End Fabrics in Burley at 1358 Overland Avenue, or call them at 878-5713. Mill End Fabrics, proud to support all Declo athletics. Good luck at State, boys. Tonight's game also brought to you by Cox's Honey. Cox Honey Farms is a proud sponsor of Firth Athletics and has been a mainstay in the local community for over 70 years. Cox's creamed honey is second to none in flavor, purity, and quality. Cox's Honey wishes the Firth Cougars good luck in the playoffs. So Firth ready to kick off again, leading 13-0, 2:46 to play, opening quarter of action. And for Declo, already, it feels like a really big gap. It's only 2 scores, but
yeah, it just got the quick one, and then he kind of had the slow and methodical touchdown from Firth and Declo. It seems like it's been ages since Declo's had the ball.
Line drive kick taken on a hop by Caden Ramsey at the 15. Good return out to the 30, the 35, and will finally be brought down at the 37. So a great return by Caden Ramsey. Can Declo take advantage?
Yeah, you kind of feel like this is an important drive for Declo, just to get some offensive flow going, get some rhythm, and kind of just take the ball out of Firth's offense right now,
And a lot of those guys that play on offense for Firth also play on defense, as we noted. So Declo will start 1st and 10. Girard out of the shotgun with 2 receivers left, receiver and a tight end to the right. On 1st and 10. Will hand off right side. Keegan Ramsey breaking it outside across the 40 to the 45-yard line. I thought Ramsey was going to be galloping for days, but a great tackle by Sam Park to limit the damage to just a gain of 6.
Yeah, just a shoestring tackle there by Park, and man, if he doesn't get that, I think he's all the way to the house.
2 receivers right side, receiver and a tight end to the left. Running back is Keegan Ramsey on the right hip of Girard out of the shotgun here on 2nd and 4 from his own 44-yard line. 2 minutes to play first quarter. Declo trailing 13-0. Direct snap to the back, Keegan Ramsey lowering the shoulder and picking up the first down across the 48 to the 49. They needed 4, he gets 5.
So yeah, now Declo's got kind of they're kind of moving the ball a little bit here, and settled in a little more offensively. And again, though, it's tough. It's tough going against that Firth defensive front, right? I mean, it's just hard.
1st and 10 for Declo, and I like the versatility. Girard can take the snap, or Ramsey can take the snap as well.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like they both can throw it as well.
Yes, they've been almost identical in throwing splits as well. Here's Girard taking off to run off the right side, picks up 10 and a first down. Took it across the 45-yard line of Firth up to the 44, we'll call it.
Yeah, like you said, they're pretty much identical in the passing stats. It's pretty similar. Ramsey has 247 yards and Girard has 531, is really only the big glaring difference. So kind of makes the defense be on their toes for sure.
10-yard run by Girard. It's 1st and 10. Ball at the Firth 41-yard line. Play action fake. Girard floats it too high on the near side, intended for Derek Matthews around the 30-yard line. He dove for it, and it was just a little too far in front.
Yeah, nice play there. Had Matthews open on the flat, just a little too much. A little too much on that ball.
34 seconds to play in our opening quarter of action. 2nd and 10 for Declo. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Tailback is Derek Matthews this time on the left hip, as Keegan Ramsey is in the slot on the left side. Girard back to pass. Firing over the middle. That's caught by Keegan Ramsey. Will be brought down at the 36-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. Nice open field tackle that time by Firth. And in on the stop for the Cougars that time was Austin Jacobson.
It's kind of a big third down for Declo, I feel like, here. That they kind of got to get this and keep the ball moving forward.
Yeah, this is a big play, and the timeout going to be taken, I believe, by Firth. Let me double check that. Oh, it's the end of the first quarter. We were having so much fun, we didn't realize it was the end of the first. So
well, it kind of looked like they were going to call timeout, but anyways.
Yeah, 13-0 Firth after one period of play. A big 3rd down and 5 upcoming for Declo from the 36-yard line of the Cougars when we start the second quarter of action. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Cameron Electric. If your pump is humming but isn't running, if your potatoes are thirsty but your water isn't flowing, give Cameron Electric a call. Cameron Electric is your mini Cassia electrician specializing in pumps, panel service, lighting upgrades, and more. Give owner Ty Cameron a call today at 208-312-1990 or find out more online at CameronElectricID.com. Cameron Electric, proud to support Declo in tonight's game. Tonight's game also brought to you by Idaho Ag Credit. They've financed farmers, ranchers, and those in the ag industry since 1934. Idaho Ag Credit is a lending cooperative for people involved in any aspect of agriculture. They offer easily accessible credit at low rates, and there's local employees who understand agriculture. Whether you're buying a tractor, a farm, or need an operating loan, call Idaho Ag Credit or stop by any of their offices. They've got locations in Blackfoot, American Falls, Twin Falls, and Rexburg to serve your ag lending needs, or visit IdahoAgCredit.com for more information. Idaho Ag Credit is proud to support all of the student athletes playing in tonight's game. So as we begin the second quarter of action, we flip the field. Declo now working left to right in this second quarter of action, facing a 3rd and 5 at the Firth 36-yard line. They'll run it with Matthews up the middle, and he should have enough for the first down.
Yes. No, they're not quite moving it yet.
Yeah, I think they got enough. Yeah. Move the chains.
It was very dramatic. Pause.
Yes. Move the chains. Move the chains. It is a 5-yard run for Matthews, and that was just a direct Wildcat snap again that time. So Matthews picks up the first down. It's 1st and 10 for Declo. Ball is at the Firth 31-yard line with 11:38 and counting here in this second quarter of action. Out of a shotgun formation, 2 receivers either side. Slot man in motion right to left is Keegan Ramsey. It'll be a quarterback keeper up the middle this time for Girard, and it's snuffed out. Alex Ortiz coming up to make the stop for Firth. No gain on the play.
And there was no room for him to go there. It was a nice job by the Firth defense to not fall for any man in motion or anything. They kind of saw the run play coming.
11 minutes to play before halftime. 13-0 Firth lead. It is 2nd and 10 for Declo with the ball at the Firth 31-yard line. And this is what Declo wants to do. They want to control the clock. They want to run the ball, keep that Firth offense off the field, but they have to cash in on the drive as well.
Yeah, I think you've got to come away with points. You've finally got a good drive going and use some clock.
4 wide, 2 to either side. Girard looks like he's setting up a screen. High pass, it's caught with one hand by Derek Matthews at the 25, and he breaks the tackle. The 20, the 15, and brought down at the 14-yard line. What an incredible grab and run by Derek Matthews.
Wow. It was like he was hanging on a ladder to catch that ball with one hand, you know. It was amazing, and then he broke it outside and just barely was tackled, or it would have been a touchdown. But what an acrobatic catch. One of the best one-handed grabs I've seen all year.
By far, top 5 catch that we've seen all year broadcasting, yeah. Sean. That pass was thrown so high, Matthews had to reach as high as he could to get it. It is 1st and 10 for the Hornets from the 14-yard line of Firth. Handoff right side, inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Guess who? Derek Matthews.
Yeah, he's on fire. Give him the ball.
He says, feed me. I'm starving. Let's go.
And I don't think we don't have heights, but he looked 7 feet tall out there for that catch.
Well, I know he's not 7 feet tall.
No, I know. I definitely know that. I was just I just kind of wanted to gauge how tall he was, but
he was in the old eyeball test, 5'11".
Yeah.
6 feet maybe. It is 2nd and 3 from the 7. Inside toss play to Keegan Ramsey, trying to break it outside, takes it into the end zone for a Declo touchdown, but penalty flag back at the 9-yard line. We'll see what the call is here. Looks like it could be in the area of a clip or a hold possibly. It is a block in the back on Declo. So wipe out the 7-yard touchdown run by Keegan Ramsey. You know, we get to this time of year, Sean, and whatever team can avoid the penalties.
It's kind of been the theme of the last few weeks. What team doesn't get hit with penalties, especially when they're in scoring position, wins the game. You know, it's kind of been the caveat of these playoff games I've kind of just seen overall, and other ones I've watched, you know, or listened to. So penalties becoming a big factor for teams in the postseason.
So 2nd down and 15 for Declo now at the 19-yard line. They will hand off up the middle, and a gain of just a yard on that carry. That was Gerard on the keeper. Gerard on the keeper that time, and gain of just a yard. 3rd and 14 now for Declo with the ball at the Firth 18.
And kind of talking about that penalty thing, a lot of them too are there would be touchdowns that are wiped off the board, not just you know plus the yardage, but touchdowns, and you know in close games, you just can't have that.
3rd and 14, 5 wide this time for Declo. They'll throw it in the flat on the left side. That's caught by Caden Ramsey across the 15 to the 14-yard line. Only a gain of 4. It'll be 4th down.
So you got to think Declo's going to go for it on how far they are down on this field at this point, but taking some time here.
Well, they're going to talk about it. Josh Stewart, the head coach at Declo, and a good one. 4th and 10 for Declo. Ball is at the Firth 14-yard line. 8 minutes to play before halftime. Hornets trailing 13-0 now. Declo does get the ball to start the second half, so.
Yeah, you know, the defensive Declo's also started to play a little better too, so I think they kind of have faith in that.
4 wide, 4th and 10. Here comes the blitz, having to throw it off a back foot, and no flag for pass interference. Declo fans sure wanted it. It was on the far side. They were trying to go to Keegan Ramsey. In coverage for Firth was Kyle Jacobson, and Firth brought the blitz off the edge that time, and Gerard had to throw it off his back foot. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, Gerard had to throw it way sooner than he expected, and was lucky he wasn't sacked. And you know, I thought it was a good no call there. It was kind of uncatchable, and the Firth defensive player fell to the ground. So I think the right call.
Okay. Hey, if you're good with it, I'm good with it. So here we go. 7:43 to play before halftime. Firth gets the ball back, leading 13-0. 1st and 10 from their own 14, working right to left in the second quarter. They'll start with a 1st down carry. Started right, then went back up the middle for a gain of 4, Sam Park. So a 4-yard run by Sam Park on 1st down, and Declo trying to tighten up defensively here.
Yeah, and then you'd probably think now Firth is okay with taking a little more time. They're up a couple scores here, so they're not going as fast either.
Right. 13-0 Firth leads. 7:05 to play before the half. It's a toss play off the left side. Sam Park, penalty flag comes out for a hold on the fullback. That time, that was Kyle Jacobson. Park picked up the 1st down, but it's coming back.
So, again, a penalty. I mean, obviously there's going to be penalties, but they've come out at pretty important stages. So, you know, what could have been maybe a 1st down is now going to back them up, and now they're getting First offenses and not super dangerous, but inching ever so close.
Well, penalties are like comedy, right?
Yeah.
Everything is based on timing. It's all about the timing. So that's a holding call against Firth, and this one hurts. The timing not great because they're backed up inside their own 20. And now this ball is going to be put all the way back inside the 5, I believe. We'll see where they mark it
farther
off.
than I thought. Oh, no, okay.
They're going to put it back at the 8. So, and look at this. The two officials had the wrong hankies.
I'm not using yours, sir.
Had the wrong yellow flags. So they ended up throwing them to each other. You know, I've always wondered. I'll have to ask. I'm broadcasting with Matt Kelly tomorrow, and he refereed for the first time this year. And does each ref have their own personal flag, or
is there Nike flags or
Yeah,
Adidas
I don't
flags?
know.
Who knows?
Who knows? It is second down and 15. Vasquez rolling out in his own end zone, in trouble, almost a safety. He's got to roll back out the right side. A great backside block by Ortiz as Vasquez dances out of the end zone, takes it across the 10, and another penalty flag comes flying out again. What an absolutely devastating backside block by Alex Ortiz. The guy from Declo thought he was going to have a safety, and Ortiz just blew him up as Vasquez escaped and took it to the 10.
And yeah, that Declo player still seems a little hazy from that.
Wow.
And if it's not Vasquez back there, that's a safety. He is so fast. I don't know many quarterbacks that would have gotten out of that situation. And now we have a personal foul.
It had to have been something Declo said as Vasquez was running out of bounds, because I didn't see a late hit or anything like that. And so that is the second personal foul penalty against Declo in this opening half as well. And that gives, again, timing. Not great for Declo, because instead of a 2nd and 12-ish for Firth, it's now a 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Yep, all the way back up to the original line of scrimmage here where you had him pinned down.
So Vasquez was able to scramble officially for 3 yards, and now 1st and 10 from their own 25. Penalty flags as this play dead from the start. Vasquez is going to take off and run. There were 2 guys in motion that were still in motion when the ball was snapped, and they all kind of just stood there and said, what?
Nope.
So this will be
that might have been a timing thing as well, huh?
the theme of the night, timing. Yes, this is going to be a false start against Firth.
Well, you get the feeling like Vasquez doesn't do anything slow. He's probably, he gets the play. Let's go, boys. He might go faster than some of the other Firth players. I don't know. He's pretty quick out there.
You know, it takes some. It probably takes him 10 minutes to get ready for school.
Yep.
You know, 5 minutes to do his homework. He's got one speed, right? He's go gadget gauge.
He leaves for practice 5 minutes late, but it's on time.
Right. Yeah. He's like Superman. If he goes fast enough, he can actually reverse time, right? Wow. So holding call or a false start against Firth. Again, timing not great. They had all the momentum, and now they've kind of lost it here. 1st and 15 for the Cougars. Ball back at their own 20. 2 receivers either side. Vasquez out of a shotgun formation. Man in motion right to left. Will take the snap. Vasquez, Declo rushing 6. Vasquez in trouble, throws off his back foot, throws to nobody, and there's going to be a flag for intentional grounding. Boy, Declo sent 6 pass rushers that time. Vasquez, there were no receivers over to the right side of the field, and that's right where Vasquez threw it. That will be an intentional grounding penalty, which is a loss of down as well.
So
it'll be 3rd down and 15 now, should be for Firth. And a timeout taken here by the Cougars with 5:37 to play before halftime, and Firth leading 13-0. So, yeah, loss of down. Well, maybe not loss of down. Maybe that's in the NFL. Looked like he held up 2 fingers for 2nd down. While we figure that out and Firth takes the timeout, we will go ahead and tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by AMI Supply. They provide agricultural and industrial equipment and tools for the Burley area. Their friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you will be satisfied with their service. Call them today at 208-678-4632 or stop in at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. AMI is a huge supporter of Declo student athletes and very proud of their football team. AMI Supply is cheering on the Declo Hornets in tonight's game. Tonight's game also brought to you by River Valley Dental. Dr. Hansen at River Valley Dental in Shelley has been serving patients for over 25 years. Dr. Hansen is happy to welcome Dr. Tanner Hyam to the practice, and they're eager to serve you. The highly trained team at River Valley Dental works together to provide you with courteous and professional dental care in the most comfortable environment possible. They offer personalized treatments that will help you make an informed decision about your oral health. Dr. Hansen and Dr. Hyam at River Valley Dental are proud to support Firth in the playoffs this year. So 5:37 to go before halftime. 15-yard penalty on the intentional grounding. No loss of down, however, second down and 30 for the Cougars from their own 5.
Yeah, I hope you've been following along here. We've had a few penalties just in this last series of events. It's been crazy.
Well, I think it's been 5 plays in a row that with a penalty.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 30 for Firth out of the timeout. They will toss out of the end zone to Sam Park off the right side, and Park upended at the 7-yard line. Nice tackle by Declo's Matthew Bronson.
Yeah, and Firth's went all the way up to the 25 and went back and then up and now back. It's been an interesting event here.
You know, Firth's probably thinking, hey, I want to get off the roller coaster now. Stop the ride. Let's just move forward.
The offensive coordinator is like, okay, I can drop a 10-yard. Nope, wait, now it's a 30-yard and first down or second down. Yeah, the playbook's got to be opened to those back appendixes.
Well, 3rd and 27 from their own 8. They're probably just going to run the ball and try and avoid any type of disaster here with 4:45 before halftime. And as I say that, Vasquez is back to pass, taking a deep shot down the middle. It is broken up. That ball was tipped around the 25-yard line by Dalton Powell of Declo. They were trying to go to the tight end, Wyatt Nelson. It's 4th down.
And again, Declo kind of bringing the defense and almost coming up with the sack. They're really bringing the pressure down here with Firth in their own end zone, and I like it. I think it's a smart move.
I agree. They have been making Vasquez uncomfortable, right? Last several plays, almost a safety, and then the intentional grounding, and that play he had to throw high and early. And so 4th down, Firth will be punting from their own end zone. Keegan Ramsey and Matthews back deep to return for the Hornets. This is a high kick. Decent distance. We'll take a Firth bounce at the 40 across the 45, and we'll be down just beyond the 50-yard line at the Declo 49-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Declo moving left to right here in this second quarter. All right, Sean, so 4:24 to go before halftime. Declo trailing 13-0. Would love to get a score here.
Yeah.
And then they get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, they started the second quarter and had a pretty promising drive and turned it over on downs. And this is only the 3rd possession of the whole second quarter, so it's kind of slowed down a little bit, and I think that favors Declo. They're kind of a slow, methodical running team, but yeah, I think they got to come away with some points before halftime.
1st and 10 for the Hornets. Ball is right at the 50-yard line. 3 receivers left, single receiver to the right, and Gerard out of the shotgun. Will throw it in the flat. Keegan Ramsey caught at the 50, gets a block, the 45, the 40, and lowering the shoulder and lowering the boom to the 36-yard line. A gain of 14 and a 1st down.
Nice block there. I'm not quite sure it was, but the Declo block was amazing. Was it the other?
I think it was
Caden Ramsey.
Yeah, Caden Ramsey blocking for his cousin Keegan Ramsey.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that was a great block on the outside to get that. Just gave him 5 more yards.
1st and 10 from the Firth 36. 4 wide again here. Gerard out of the shotgun, back to pass. Matthews in as a personal protector, standing tall, firing, completed the 35-yard line as Keegan Ramsey makes the reception and then kind of got popped in the lower back as he went down. The tackle made by Austin Jacobson of Firth. Keegan Ramsey pops up. He's all right. It's a gain of just a yard. So 2nd and 9 for the Hornets with 3:25 to play before halftime. Trailing 13-0. Players not sure where they're supposed to be lined up here. It's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 to either side. Gerard and Keegan Ramsey are in the backfield. Play clock almost expiring. They will hand off to Matthews inside, and Matthews is brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
It was kind of a lot of just posturing from both teams there. For both were moving personnel in and out to cover different things they were showing each other, and not a whole lot out of it.
In on the stop for the Cougars that time, Kyle Jacobson. And also maybe it looked like Garrett Nelson in there as well. It's a loss of a yard for Matthews, and it's 3rd and 11 now for Declo with 2:25 to play before halftime. Big third down here for the Hornets. They've got 3 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Tailback is Matthews on the right hip of Gerard. 3rd and 11, back to pass. Firth rushes 4. Gerard runs into his own lineman and throws incomplete. Penalty flags come in from the secondary, though. Caden Ramsey threw up his hands like saying I was interfered with. We'll see what the call is here. As Gerard was trying to step up into the bucket, he ran right into his left guard.
Yeah, and just jumped through, and it was almost disastrous.
So the officials meet up here. We'll see what the call is. They're going to pick up the flag. So 4th down for Declo. I'm sure they're going to go for it here with 2:08 to go before halftime.
Kind of full circle from a lot of penalties. They're picking up the flag.
Right. The ride has now come to a complete stop.
Yeah.
Please exit the vehicle to your left.
I kind of feel like Declo has to show a little more urgency here.
Yeah, they have been kind of just,
And they don't seem to be on the right page. And, well,
boy, they almost had a delay of game on 2 snaps ago, and now they have to take a timeout with 2:08 to play before halftime.
And they just didn't seem like not everyone knew the play, or just some miscommunication maybe.
Yeah, a lot of confusion on, where guys are supposed to be lining up and stuff like that. So coming up on the IdahoSports.com halftime show, we will have the first half stats for you, of course, but we're also going to take a peek at the Friday Night Flash, our live interactive.
That's what I'm doing now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Sean, you're going to be our score guy at halftime then. I'm going to leave it to you. I'm going to be when you tell me what the scores are at halftime, that will be the first time that I'm hearing them. So I'm going to be very pleasantly surprised.
When we've had little timeouts, I've been kind of sneaking because we were here early before all the games started.
Give me one teaser. Give me one teaser going into halftime.
Mountain View is not winning over Meridian. They are down big time. Oh, and it might have went final.
Oh, in the 5A ranks.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Mountain View is no longer undefeated. There's the teaser.
Okay, spoiler alert, they lost. All right, we will take a look at all of the halftime scores by classification. Our intern, Keller Sherman, doing a great job with the Friday Night Flash, our live, interactive, in real time updating scoreboard. As I'm sure, maybe a couple games in the Pacific time zone are still going, but this has got to be the last game of the night.
Correct, yeah. In 2A, we don't have anything from Bear Lake, Napa Christian.
That's tomorrow, and on 4th down and 11, they will throw over the middle. The pass was a little bit behind Keegan Ramsey, but he's able to hang in and make the catch for the first down. On 4th and 11, it is a pickup of 16 yards. What a throw by Gerard, and what a catch by Keegan Ramsey.
And a huge play, right? It's 4th down. You don't have any points. The half you're running out of time here, so great pickup for Declo.
Yeah, down to 1:45 to play here before halftime. 3 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Gerard on 1st and 10 from the Firth 21. Going to throw to the sideline. The pass was nearly jumped and intercepted by Kyle Jacobson, but it will ultimately fall incomplete, 2nd down. So yeah, all of the other 2A quarterfinal games are tomorrow. Actually,
Saturday, right?
Yeah, Grangeville is at West Side, Melba is at North Fremont, and then the other matchup is Bear Lake hosting Nampa Christian. Winner of this game will play the winner of Melba and North Fremont.
So it doesn't get any easier for any team at this point, right?
It is a tough 2A field to navigate. 2nd and 10 for Firth, or for Declo at the Firth 21-yard line. 1:35 to play before halftime. Hornets down 13-0. Direct snap. Quarterback keeper Gerard will take it inside the 20, down to the 16. A gain of 5, and a timeout taken by the Hornets with 1:30 to play here in the opening half. And for Declo, that will be their second timeout taken. They'll still have one timeout to work with here with 1:30 to play before halftime. It'll be a 3rd down and 5 for the Hornets. It's actually closer to 3rd down and 6, we'll call it. With the ball at the Firth 17-yard line, they have to get to the 11 to pick up the first down. And we talk about the 2A quarterfinals and all the other games going on tomorrow. Some interesting rematches possibly in the works down the line if things work out right. Declo and Nampa Christian are still alive. That would be a rematch. That's the only rematch on the table for Declo. But for Firth, what a story it would be if Firth could, the two teams they've lost to were Westside and North Fremont, right? They could play North Fremont in the semis. They could play Westside in the championship. A little revenge tour for Firth.
Yeah, Firth could finish out this game and get a rematch at North Fremont first, which, you can't overlook at all. I'm sure they would love that, only losing by 1 point earlier in the season, or late in the season, I should say, actually. And then, we've seen Westside a few times this year, and they're going to be a tough team. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it to the championship for sure.
Definitely. Out of the timeout, 3rd and 6 for the Hornets. Ball at the Firth 17-yard line. 90 seconds to play in our opening half. It is 13-0. Firth with the lead. 2 receivers right. Single receiver to the left, and a false start. That was the left guard that time for Declo. Looked like Aiden Durantes. And move it back 5 yards. 3rd and 11 now for Declo. Again, timing, not great.
Yeah, just both offenses having a hard time kind of coming up with stuff here late in the second quarter. They just get something going and penalty.
So 3rd and 11 now for the Hornets. Ball at the Firth 22. 2 receivers right, tight end receiver to the left. Gerard, play action, going to float it down the far sideline, trying to go to Derek Matthews. Again, threw it too high, and this time, even if Matthews had come down with it, he would have been out of bounds.
Yep, I like the play call, just too much on it. And good defense by Firth as well. So, again, Declo in a 4th down situation, down towards scoring position.
So what do you call here on 4th down?
Well, geez, I don't know. I mean,
it's been a long day for you, I can tell.
It's been, Declo's got a lot of different options, right? You could just say, I could almost see a draw play here, kind of catch Firth off guard, looking for the pass, but
they haven't really gone over the middle much. It's all been kind of towards the sidelines when they've passed. 4th and 11. Hard count. Firth jumped. Declo got what they wanted. Jumping off sides that time for the Cougars. Looked like it was Mario Lizarraga.
All right.
So, hey, we're right back. 4th and 6.
So right back where they were earlier.
The flag giveth and the flag taketh away, and the timeout taketh by Declo with 1:24 to play before halftime. Why not?
Why not? Yeah, probably, they just talked over what they're going to do, and now probably want to look at something a little different with the position. I think you maybe look at a shot at the end zone from here, It's not that far for the first down, but it might be a good time just to go for the end zone. That'd be my maybe thinking there, but what do I know?
Well, I mean, you look at Declo now has no timeouts remaining. There's 1:24 to play before halftime. It's a 13-0 Firth lead. It's 4th and 6 at the Firth 17-yard line. That's plenty of time. They only got 17 yards to go for a touchdown, only 6 yards to go for a first down. Now, this is where you talked about on 4th and 11, you could see the draw play. I could see Declo trying to get to the edge and on a run play.
And then, like you said, also the middle, you could have someone go down a slant Just a quick slant to at least just get the first down. But you got to get that throw past the marker. I don't like it when they throw it not past it and try to have the receiver gain those yards. I don't want to leave it up to chance at this point.
Right. 4th and 6 for Declo out of the timeout. 3 receivers right, single receiver to the left. Gerard back to pass. Looking right side, throws over the middle. It's caught inside the 10. Caden Ramsey breaking a tackle, taking it to the 5 for the first down. Just what you ordered, Sean.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a big slant, but yeah, it was. I think they left the field open just enough for them to get that. But now they've got to hurry. They don't have any timeouts. Declo doesn't, so they've got to kind of move a little bit quicker here.
Gain of 12 to Caden Ramsey. Receiver left all alone on the right side, and Firth, well, now a penalty flag comes in. Hold on. It's 1st and goal for Declo from the 5, and a false start against the Hornets. Boy, that's big because I will tell you, all alone, wide open on the right side of the formation for Declo was Jordan Gailey, and Firth didn't have anybody out there to cover. You could see the Firth coaches were yelling, trying to get somebody out there, and instead it's a false start penalty against Declo. 1st and goal now from the 10. Gerard out of the gun, receiver to either side. High snap to Derek Matthews, a direct snap as he takes it down to the 6, where it'll be 2nd down and goal. And again, the clock rolling. Declo out of timeouts. We're down to 45 seconds to play before halftime, trailing 13-0. 2nd and goal from the 7. Gerard out of the gun with Matthews back there. Gerard back to pass, looking for the slant over the middle. It is held on to and caught for the touchdown. Caden Ramsey took a couple of shots from 2 Firth defenders, hung on, and a penalty flag in at the end of the play as well. What a job on the slant by Caden Ramsey. He got popped twice and held on.
I had to, kind of pause and wait to see if he was going to hold on because he got hit hard front and back.
And now we'll see what the flag is here. I got to think it's on Firth. Something after the play possibly? Let's see. Got to come over and talk to Coach Bartlett from Firth about the call. And no signal yet on the touchdown either. As it stands, it would be a 7-yard touchdown pass from Gerard to Caden Ramsey.
Which is just, if the touchdown stays, it's huge.
And finally, here's the call. It is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Declo. Wow. 3rd one of the half.
Jeez.
That can't be. I mean, there's just no way, right?
What? Where?
I don't know. It's, again, somebody.
Could it be verbal, I guess?
Somebody must have said something.
Wow.
Wipe away the touchdown as well. I don't understand. Declo fans don't either, and they're starting to let their opinion be known.
I mean, it's not. It can't be anything like physical, right? I mean,
No.
we would have saw it. There wasn't any pushing or shoving, and most of the time the guys are helping each other up. I thought the sportsmanship's been pretty good.
Now, I do think they did count the touchdown. This is going to be a point after try by Derek Matthews. He pushed it wide left. Okay, they didn't put it up on the scoreboard, so let's just take a second here. 34 seconds to play before halftime. Declo is on the board on a 7-yard touchdown pass from Gerard to Caden Ramsey. A penalty, personal foul penalty was assessed to Declo following the completion of the touchdown. All I can think is Caden Ramsey said something after he caught the touchdown.
And so they just gave the penalty on the extra point.
On the extra point, which ended up being essentially like a 35-yard field goal from Derek Matthews, and hooked it left. So 13-6 the score remains with 34 seconds to play before halftime.
I think the confusion for me was that they never signaled a touchdown.
Right, yeah, they never officially did, right.
But needless to say, though, that's huge for the Hornets, I think, to come away with some points because they're going to get the ball back, and this game is far from over. You kind of felt like Firth was pushing strong, and it was kind of going to take a big lead, and Declo defense come up big, and the offense had a nice drive there and finished with the score. But after all the penalties of the third quarter.
Yeah, that was a big way to respond by the Declo Hornets. You are correct. And now it's a one-score game, 13-6. They do get the ball to start the second half. We'll see what happens on the kickoff here because Firth, as we know, has some dynamic athletes back there to return, including Gage Vasquez.
And he's not super deep.
Yeah, right. He's standing at his own 20-yard line. So here comes the kick from Declo. This will be angled towards the sideline, booted out of bounds. That's a procedure penalty, and Firth can take it at the 35, or they can make Declo re-kick. We'll see what they decide to do here with 34 seconds to play before halftime.
There could be a penalty. We missed it? No. Oh, there's not. Okay.
Sean, we got to have more penalties than completed passes at this point, right?
Well, I got to think in that last series of events, there had to have been at least 15, like the last 12 penalties maybe. There was there's so many.
Well, and here's the thing
I'm not good at math.
Here's the thing with the personal foul penalties too. If Declo has gotten 3 personal fouls, 2 we think for verbal stuff, it must have been really foul stuff because generally speaking, there's smack talk that goes on, and most of the time officials let it slide. So it had to have been.
Or we just missed something, but no one got it. Neither side seemed upset. It seemed like it happened, and they're just like, huh?
Well, they're going to make Declo re-kick from their own 35. This will be taken at the 45 of Firth. And now with 32 seconds left before halftime and 1 timeout remaining, Firth has a chance to do something here as the drive will start at their own 45. So, again, boy, the penalties are just crippling Declo at this point.
Yeah, you have. If you're Declo, you have to be ecstatic that you got 6 points out of that. Yeah, if they go back and crunch the numbers of the penalties and everything, they're going to be like, "How did we get 6 points?" So, wow, not even sure how to just describe it in a way that would make sense.
First and 10 for Firth. Yeah,
that's all I got.
Very astutely put. 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. First and 10 from his own 45. Vasquez low snap, gets it. Back to pass. Has time. Steps up, fires. It's intercepted at the 40-yard line and returned to the 49. Caden Ramsey coming away with the interception for the Hornets.
Caden Ramsey is the Hornets right now, right? He's come up with the touchdown and the interception, and wow. And that was only second possession of this quarter. They had the ball earlier and they lost it. Or they punted the ball away, and this is the first time they've gotten the ball back this whole quarter.
And an injured Firth Cougar being helped up off the field as well, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Now for the Hornets, do you go for it?
Yeah, 23 seconds left. You have no timeouts. It's first and 10 from your own 49. We'll see what they do here. 4 wide, 2 to either side. Gerard back to pass. They're going for it. It's going to be a screen in the middle for Derek Matthews. Breaks a tackle at the 45, the 40. Trying to get out of bounds, and he can't. He slides down at the 38-yard line with just 12 seconds to go. Now the clock will stop as they set it for the first down, but then they're going to have to get right back to the line and spike it as that play gained 12 yards.
Ramsey did everything he could to get out of bounds, just couldn't quite get there.
6 seconds to go, 5 seconds. Are they going to spike it? They're not. They're going to go for a play. This is it. Hail Mary time. Gerard throwing it up right side. It is. Penalty flag. Could be pass interference, which would lead to an untimed down with zeros on the clock. They were trying to go deep that time on the right side to Terrell Sanchez. And 2 Firth defenders were in the neighborhood. We'll see what the call is. Well, now there's a flag in the Declo backfield as well, so there could be offsetting penalties here.
Oh, my goodness.
What the heck is going on?
Oh, was that another flag?
Oh, my. What is going on, dude? What is going on out here? We got to get this figured out.
Did they just throw one at were they just picking it up?
Oh, geez, I don't know. Well, there was nobody around to pick it up.
You saw that one then, too.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. What?
Looked like the pass was out of bounds when he caught it, too. So.
All right. I thought time expired, and then the flag came out, and then another flag, and a third flag. Holding against Declo. Penalty declined. And that's the only flag? A flag.
Yeah, there was a flag at the receivers.
I don't get it.
You can't call holding down there at the end zone.
The flag was thrown by the back judge on the reception, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Josh Stewart, head coach for Declo, is perplexed, and I don't blame him. I don't understand.
So that's going to be half, right?
Anyways, halftime, 13-6. Firth. Good news for Declo. They get the ball to start the second half. So
maybe. I mean, I don't know at this point, but
can you lose the ball to start the second half? I don't know.
Is there a flag for that? I don't know.
Anyways, let's go to halftime. We'll come back with the halftime show. We'll have the halftime stats, the Friday night flash, all that good stuff as Firth leads Declo in this 2A quarterfinal 13-6 at halftime. You're listening to the 2021 Idaho High School Football Playoffs on IdahoSports.com.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
You've heard it before. There is no I in team, but there is an I in dairy. Dairy foods are a great source of protein, which is vital for helping rebuild and repair muscles after exercise, so your body can be at the top of its game at your next competition. So grab some milk, cheese, or yogurt after you work out, train, or play. Yes, it's true. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. For more help finding your greatness, visit onbottle.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, We'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. It's the recipe for success in any kind of sport, and dairy can be a key ingredient in every one of those steps. Dairy foods supply your body with high-quality protein to rebuild and repair muscle, carbohydrates to help you refuel, and fluid and electrolytes to help you rehydrate. So your personal recipe for greatness can be perform, win, repeat. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
It is halftime inside Holt Arena in Pocatello, and boy, what a good one we've got here in the 2A round, the quarterfinal round of the 2A classification. At halftime, the Firth Cougars lead the Declo Hornets 13-6. Brandon Bainey and Sean Kane inside the broadcast booth. This was kind of what we thought coming in, a defensive-oriented affair. Both teams wanting to run the ball. How about the opening play of the game for Firth? A 46-yard touchdown run for Sam Park in 17 minutes into the first quarter. It was 7-0 Firth, and you really thought that the Cougars had the momentum. Declo wasn't able to do anything on offense in that first half, really in that first quarter. Firth went on another long drive and got a touchdown on a 10-yard pass from Gage Vasquez to Wyatt Nelson. The point after kick was missed, though, and that left it at 13-0 Firth after one quarter of play. On to the second quarter, though, where Declo finally got the momentum. They were a little more aggressive in rushing the passer. And then, to be frank, both sides really got bogged down by penalties in that second quarter of play. Declo was able to overcome some of those penalties, though, and get a 7-yard touchdown pass from Will Gerard to Caden Ramsey with just 34 seconds to play before halftime. A personal foul penalty, though, moved the point after try all the way out to like the 30-yard line, and they missed it. So 13-6 is where we stand after a quarter of a half of play. The winner of this game will advance to play either Melba or North Fremont. That quarterfinal game will take place tomorrow at 1 o'clock at North Fremont High School. That'll be a game you can catch on IdahoSports.com. In fact, this is the only 2A quarterfinal matchup happening tonight. The other three are all tomorrow. Grangeville at Westside, that's 8 versus 1. Then you have 5th-seeded Nampa Christian at 4th-seeded Bear Lake, and 7th-seeded Melba at 2nd-seeded North Fremont. All of those games will kick off at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This is the 6 versus 3 matchup we talked about on the pregame. Declo comes in as the 6th seed overall. probably feeling like they were seeded a little low because of the Max Preps ranking system. And Firth, as the 3 seed overall, it's no walk in the park for them either.
No, not at all. It's been a tightly contested game. Let's look at those first half stats. We'll start with the Declo Hornets. And Gerard, their quarterback, went for 11 for 17 for 86 yards through the air and that 1 touchdown pass. And, a pretty heavy running team only has a total of 44 running yards. Keaton Ramsey has 11, Matthews has 19, and Gerard has 14. So 44 yards on the ground and 86 yards through the air. And Keaton Ramsey has 62 yards receiving on 6 catches. Matthews has 1 catch. That was 10 yards, but was definitely the highlight of the game so far. It was that one-handed grab. That was pretty amazing. And then Caden Ramsey has also 3 catches for 23 yards. And that's the Declo Hornets. And then for Firth, Velasquez was only 4 for 8 for 54 yards and an interception. And so they only had 54 total yards running or throwing the ball, but running the ball they had 93 yards, mostly by what you talked about, Brandon, that big run from Park. And Park has a total of 87 yards so far, and that's Sam Park. And then Burton Bark has 2 carries for 8 yards. So, and they have 2 touchdowns. One obviously is the big run from Park at the start of the game, 46-yard run, and then 1 pass to Nelson, right, for a touchdown.
Correct.
In the first half. But all the points came from Firth in the first quarter, and were not really able to get anything going in the second quarter. Turnover on, they had to punt, and then an interception. Firth only had the ball twice in the second quarter, so really kind of what Declo wants to do. They kind of want to control the ball and control that time of possession.
Yeah, this opening drive of the third quarter where Declo will get the ball to start the second half, that's going to be very interesting to keep an eye on. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Friday night flash now, Sean. I talked about how all the 2A quarterfinal games are taking place tomorrow, but there's a lot of other 5A, 4A, 3A, 1A type stuff. So give us the update.
Well, we'll start with 5A. The biggest upset I think so far of the year maybe is, or maybe not, depending on who you talk to, right? But Meridian takes down Mountain View 35-6. So Mountain View hadn't lost a game all year and loses to Meridian, which there was a lot of talk about. Meridian was a really good team at the start of the year, had some close losses. So that was pretty big. Rigby beats Capital 41-14. And then how about this? Highland was losing most of the game because I was checking here and there just because, why not? And they come back to beat Rocky Mountain 22-21. And then we also heard in that game that Hershey had a 58-yard field goal.
Yeah, 3 field goals on the night from Ian Hershey, the great kicker from Highland, including a 58-yarder.
Yeah, just amazing. And then if we turn our way to 4A, the game we had here earlier tonight, Pocatello defeats Bishop Kelly 28-17. And just a few miles north of us, Blackfoot takes care of Nampa 28-14. And a game that was tied the last time I looked at it has now been updated. Heading into the fourth quarter, Sandpoint 21, Shelley 14. And in 3A, Gooding wins a close one against Timberlake 28-21. And then the Harrison Bowl, right? Weiser versus Snake River, both a family coaching against each other. Weiser wins 21-0. And then we don't have any other 2A. And 1A D1, get this, Oakley wins 80-36. Wow. And then the other A1-D1 was Prairie versus Lopway, and Lopway won 38-30. So close one there.
Say that again. Lapway won?
Lapway won 38-30
no way.
over Prairie, yeah.
That is a so Prairie.
Or Prairie, excuse me. Yeah, there is a Prairie.
Yes, Prairie won that matchup by like 30 points in the regular season, and Lapway came back to win.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Wow. Sorry, and continue.
And then AA1 D2, Dietrich beats Campus County 46-12. Castleford 58-8 over Rockland, and then Kendrick 48-8 over Horseshoe Bend. And that's
wow,
all I've got, but some pretty big upsets tonight.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, Eagle leading Coeur d'Alene 16-14 as well. So not many games still going on. That game up north in Sandpoint, that game up north in Coeur d'Alene, and this bad boy right here in Holtz Arena as halftime has come to an end, 13-6. It is Firth leading Declo by 7, and now we move on to the third quarter. Declo will get the ball to start this third period, and we talked about, which side can make adjustments, right? Firth really dominated the first quarter. Nobody, the penalty flags dominated the second quarter.
Yeah, not much of a flow to that second quarter at all, right?
Declo was able to overcome that, though, and get the touchdown. And this is kind of what Declo does every year. They find a way to win. They just find a way. They've gotten to the semifinals 6 of the past 7 years. You just don't count out Declo. And
no, you can't.
And for Firth, they've got a lot of talented playmakers. They've had a couple of close losses, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, as the saying goes, right?
And we don't got either one of those here tonight.
We sure don't. That's a good thing here at Holtz Arena in Pocatello. We're ready to go. Second half kickoff. Cooper Leslie will kick off for the Cougars. 2 return men back deep for the Hornets. It's going to be an onside squibber taken at the 35-yard line. Look at this return out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. It's let's double check that. Terrell Sanchez on the kickoff return for Declo. 1st and 10 for the Hornets at their own 41. Great field position to start.
Yeah, and Sanchez could have, if he breaks one tackle, that's devastating for Firth, I think. It was a little too close for comfort.
Yes. So 1st and 10 for the Hornets, working right to left here in this third quarter of action, trailing 13-6. Gerard out of a shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Matthews in the slot on the left side as well. Keegan Ramsey in motion right to left. He'll get it on a toss play. Looking to the outside, takes it to the 45 for a gain of 4. Keegan Ramsey in that first half, his first 2 carries went for 6 and 5 yards, a 4-yard run there. They kind of started to use him more in the passing game, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the passing seemed to be kind of working a little better for Declo in that second quarter. But I think whatever team can kind of balance it out here, I think it's gonna really have the better fitting here.
So Declo facing a 2nd and 6 from the 45-yard line. It is a direct snap to Gerard. It's blown up in the backfield. 3 defensive linemen in there for Firth. And the Declo fans wanted an unnecessary roughness call as Firth's Riley Barber was a little aggressive in bringing Gerard down. The play had been blown dead, and Barber continued on Gerard, and the Declo fans saying, hey, come on.
We need 1.
Give us 1. They will not get 1.
No.
It's now 3rd and 7 for the Hornets following that 1-yard loss by Gerard on the carry.
And just kind of seeing how even it was, total offensive yards, Declo had 130 and Firth had 147. So just really close.
3rd and 7 from their own 44-yard line. Gerard going to throw it in the flat on the right side, cutting upfield across the 50 to the Firth 46-yard line for a first down is Caden Ramsey. So Ramsey takes it 6 yards to the 50 plus another 3 to the 47 for a gain of 9.
And if you can get Caden Ramsey just a little bit of space, he's going to be able to pick up a few extra yards. very elusive, right? He's hard to bring down.
10:05 to play here in the third. It is 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Ball is at the Firth 46-yard line. Inside of 10 minutes to play here in the third. Gerard out of a shotgun. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Man in motion left to right is Keegan Ramsey. They'll fake to him and keep it with Gerard off the right side across the 45 to the 44. That is a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
And then Firth, Burton Park, he almost blew that up in the backfield.
Almost got there, but Gerard able to get some positive yardage out of it. 2nd and 7 for the Hornets. Ball is at the 44-yard line of Firth. 9-10 and counting here in the third. 13-6, Cougar lead. Declo opening drive of the second half. Another direct snap to Gerard, and this time it is blown up in the backfield. Penalty flag comes in as well as Wyatt Nelson came in on the stop. And let's see what the call is here. Face mask on Firth. 5-yard penalty, so incidental contact variety. And that'll make it 3rd down and 4, we'll call it.
But again, kind of one of those things, Firth comes up with a big sack, and then it's just kind of derailed by a penalty. So be something to kind of just keep our eyes out on, how important these penalties become here in the second half.
Right. So they don't lose the down. It's still 2nd down. 2nd down and 4 for Declo at the Firth 41-yard line. 8:35 to play here in the third. Matthews in motion left to right. He'll get it on a toss to the edge. The 35, the 30 gets a blocker. The 25, the 20, the 15, still going inside the 10. Down to the 9 is Derek Matthews.
Matthews just explosive. And as he gets tackled, he just bounces back up. He's an athlete for sure.
Toss play to the left side. Derek Matthews got the edge. 32 yards later, it's 1st and goal at the 9. Declo's got something cooking here. 8:15 to play in the third. Trailing 13-6, looking for that game-tying score potentially. 3 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Wing back in motion left to right is Keegan Ramsey. He'll get it on a toss play right side. He is cut down in the backfield, back at the 10-yard line. Good penetration by Kyle Jacobson. Lost a yard.
Nice job by the Firth defense to seal the edge there. They're quick at the Firth defense. It's if you don't get that extra step on them, man, they're on you quickly.
They're so fast, so explosive.
But you have to give credit Declo. They're really kind of mixing up their kind of plays and what they're doing a lot to try to keep them on their toes if they can.
2nd and goal from the 10 now with 7:20 to play here in the third. 5 wide again. Gerard back to pass. Pump fakes, hit as he throws it high, incomplete. Around the 2-yard line, was trying to go to Jordan Gailey. The pocket collapsed, and Gerard just did a nice job of getting it away. It's 3rd and goal from the 10.
It was almost like the double jump, kind of went up and pumped and jumped.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, really.
He did.
Like, maybe, no, okay.
Pumped and jumped. I like that. # pumped and jumped.
Yeah, well, it's not my worst one yet.
This is at 9, almost 10 o'clock here on a Friday night. And, Sean, you had to get up early for your day job today.
Yeah, I did,
Work in the public school system, which is what you do is fantastic.
Some days.
Well.
Thanks, though. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Quarterback keeper inside the 5 is Gerard. Down to the 1 where it'll be 4th and goal.
And what I'm kind of noticing is when Declo, gets those reverses going, because you don't know who's going to get the ball really. Declo, has both guys and they both can throw. Those reverses are becoming kind of effective for Declo's running.
Yeah, it's they faked the sweep that time to the left side, and Gerard took off and ran the opposite way. So it's 4th and goal from the 2 for Declo with 6:35 to play in the third. They're trailing 13-6. Gerard out of a shotgun, receiver to either side. Otherwise, everybody punched in tight. QB keeper Gerard into the end zone for the Declo touchdown. We are an extra point away from a tie.
So just a heavy dose of Gerard.
And it was all set up by that big 32-yard run by Derek Matthews to get him down to the 9-yard line.
Let's make them dangerous. You have Matthews and, Gerard can run too. So let's pick your poison.
And here's an important kick now from Derek Matthews. Point after try and tie it up. And Matthews right down Broadway. So 13-13. We are tied with 6:27 to play in the third. Tonight's game brought to you in part by River Valley Dental. Dr. Hansen at River Valley Dental in Shelley has been serving patients for over 24 years. Dr. Hansen is happy to welcome Dr. Tanner Hyam to the practice, and they're eager to serve you. The highly trained team at River Valley Dental works together to provide you with courteous and professional dental care in the most comfortable environment possible. They offer personalized treatments that will help you make an informed decision about your oral health. Dr. Hansen and Dr. Hyam at River Valley Dental are proud to support Firth in the playoffs this year. Tonight's game also brought to you by AMI Supply. They provide agricultural and industrial equipment and tools for the Burley area. Their friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you will be satisfied with their service. Call them today at 208-678-4632 or stop in at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. AMI is a huge supporter of Declo student athletes and very proud of their football team. AMI Supply is cheering on the Declo Hornets in tonight's game.
Yeah, both teams have a lot of fans here. Didn't get a chance to go to Declo or Firth, but you can tell by the way both fans support them that they'd be fun home games to go to.
So here is a kickoff. It is a squib kick and an absolutely devastating hit delivered by Derek Matthews. Oh, baby, Sam Park got rocked by Derek Matthews at the 38-yard line.
He's a little slow getting up, but he's getting up. That was just a huge hit.
I think for Declo, there is a lot of pent-up frustration because of what they perceived to be a lot of calls that went against them in that first half, right? If you look at the penalty flags and how many were thrown, probably 2-1 against Declo, right?
It was they probably felt,
they're pretty fired up right now, and that was just a good clean hit by Derek Matthews as well.
And they're kicking that way to neutralize the speed of Firth in the backfield.
1st and 10 for Firth from their own 40-yard line. Sweet play, Burton Park brought down to the backfield by Derek Matthews. Who else?
Derek Matthews has really just kind of stepped up for Declo, that huge run to get him down in the end zone area, and now just 2 huge defensive plays. I don't want to run by him. He's fired up, and it's like he's getting faster all of a sudden.
This is just incredible. 2nd and 13 now for Firth from their own 37-yard line. And again, no Sam Park. He got hit pretty hard on that last kickoff return. So they're taking a look at him on the sideline. Firth 4 wide, man in motion left to right. They fake and give on a counter play. Busting to the outside is Kyle Jacobson, and Jacobson gets only a couple, and it's Derek Matthews again in on the tackle. He can't be stopped.
No, and that even looked like Declo didn't quite know what they were doing lining up on defense. It kind of looked like an opportunity for Firth to kind of sneak one in there and just couldn't get there because Mr. Matthews is saying no.
Mr. Matthews, that reminds me of... No. Do you ever watch Boy Meets World?
Oh, yeah.
Feeney, Mr.
Feeney.
Matthews. That's the main character's name, Mr. Matthews. Anyways, Mr. Matthews, Derek Matthews, has been unstoppable tonight. 5-yard run by Kyle Jacobson makes it 3rd and 8 for Firth from their own 42-yard line. Vasquez back to pass, has time, throws an out route, caught at the 45, stiff arm at the 50, still going, the 45, the 40, and finally out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's Burton Park with the first down reception.
Geez, just a nice job. Vasquez to settle in there and hit that pass, and Burton, nice little run, a little high-stepping there towards us there.
That is a gain of 14, as they say he stepped out of bounds back at the 42-yard line of Declo. So Burton Park with his first catch of the night makes it 1st and 10 for the Cougars from the Declo 42-yard line. Handoff left side. This is Sam Park, who just came back in across the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, and with just kind of a huge Declo with some huge defensive plays, though, you have to, Firth be happy that you've gotten a first down and kind of kept the ball moving still here and not let that momentum swing too far.
Yeah, because you really felt like Declo had taken this game by the reins, right? And then all it takes is a big pass completion for a first down, and okay, everybody take a breath, and we still got this.
Yeah, you just kind of felt like Declo was inching on just kind of sweeping the leg.
2nd and 7 from the 39-yard line of Declo. Handoff up the middle. Sam Park across the 35 down to the 34. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Oh.
And what happened at the end of the play there? I hear fans hooting.
It looked like a Declo player got shoved a little bit, a little shoving. And you can hear the Declo fans going, where's our unnecessary, kind of a little push and shuffling after the tackle.
Yeah, I was writing on my score sheet that was a 5-yard run for Sam Park, and then I heard the fans, and anyways.
Yeah, everyone's fine.
3rd and 2 from the 34, handoff to Jacobson. He didn't get there. Declo with the stop on 3rd down. Keegan Ramsey in on the stop along with Tragan Zollinger. It is 4th down and 2.
So, geez, you just feel like whatever happens on this play is just gonna one side or the other is gonna explode, right? They stop, yes. But Firth's got they've got a couple running backs with the last name Park that can come up with yards pretty easily. But you also could look to pass here, kind of catch the defense off guard, but.
Well, I'd say they need to go from park into drive.
Park into drive, overdrive.
4th and 2, toss play, Burton Park left side, and with a broken tackle, I still don't know if he got it. We're going to have to see. Both sides, Declo thinks they got the stop. Firth thinks they got the first down, and they say Declo got the stop.
Wow. Nice job by Park to avoid that first tackle, or it would have been blown up and just not enough real estate to get that next yard.
A big 4th down stop for Declo as Burton Park, they tried the toss play to the left side. He needed 2, only got 1. 2:21 to play in the 3rd, and the Hornets get the ball back on downs. 1st and 10 from their own 33. Declo working right to left in this 3rd quarter. Gerard out of the shotgun, 4 wide, and now a timeout taken by Firth here with 2:21 to play in the 3rd. I mean, this game is wild.
You felt at the start of it, Firth was just like super in control of it, and it is just as the time has went on, the sands through the hourglass have shifted to Declo.
Yes, they certainly have. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Idaho Ag Credit. They have financed farmers, ranchers, and those in the ag industry since 1934. Idaho Ag Credit is a lending cooperative for people involved in any aspect of agriculture. They offer easily accessible credit at low rates and local employees who understand agriculture. Whether you're buying a tractor, a farm, or need an operating loan, call Idaho Ag Credit or stop by any of their offices with locations in Blackfoot, American Falls, Twin Falls, and Rexburg to serve your ag lending needs, or visit IdahoAgCredit.com for more information. Idaho Ag Credit is proud to support all of the student athletes playing in tonight's game. So out of the timeout, it is going to be 1st and 10 for Declo. That timeout was taken by Firth with 2:21 to play in the third.
Kind of felt like a basketball when a team's making a run, you kind of take a timeout, just kind of slow everything down a little bit. Kind of felt like that for Firth.
Yeah, definitely after turning it over on downs. High snap, first down, quarterback keeper for Girard across the 35 to the 36. Brought down on the play by Austin Jacobson. And it is a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7 for Declo from their own 36-yard line. Inside of 2 minutes to play now in the third. Well, we knew that, both these teams play excellent defense, like to run the ball and pound it at you, and this game certainly lived up to its pregame billing.
Yeah, but Declo's done a nice job passing the ball. I think it's kind of been the difference a little bit.
They've got 2 receivers left, receiver and a tight end to the right. That's Matthews. Handoff to Keegan Ramsey, right side, slipped one tackler in the second, breaks into the secondary, brought down at the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 13 and a first down. Boy, I thought Firth had him in the backfield. He shook off the first tackle and then broke a second, and then he exploded into the secondary.
Then he almost jumped over someone around the 50-yard line and got a few extra leaping yards there.
Ball is at the 49-yard line of the Hornets, right at that black and orange ISU logo at midfield here in Holt Arena. 1:15 to play in the third. Tied at 13. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Girard back to pass. Firth bringing the house. Girard, it's a face mask against Firth as he just throws it away. And yeah, Firth's going to get called for a face mask here. That was pretty obvious that they grabbed the face mask of Girard as he was trying to release it.
And that's just so unfortunate, right? I mean, you've got him dead to rights for the sack, and that's got to be tough on the Firth defense. You did everything right. You got to the quarterback, but got your hand right in that face mask.
And we'll see. And now a second flag has been thrown, possibly for intentional grounding here maybe, because as Girard threw that pass, there wasn't really anybody around. So let's see. Personal foul face mask, 15 yards against Firth. Intentional grounding against Declo. Those penalties offset, and we will replay the down. That's
indicative of the night, right? We're going to throw 2 flags, but nothing's going to happen. Okay?
Declo is like, even when we get a call to go our way, we can't win because we commit a penalty of our own. I mean, that was the right call. It was intentional grounding. So 1st and 10 for Declo again from their own 49-yard line. 1:06 to play in the third. 2 receivers left. Receiver and Matthews as a wingback on the right side. Girard out of the gun. It's a high snap. It goes past Keegan Ramsey. He's got to pick it up at the 35-yard line, and he falls down there. A disastrous play on the direct snap to Keegan Ramsey, and he had to go all the way back to the 35-yard line to pick that up.
Well, luckily he was able to get it. There's nothing but black jerseys back there, and they would have more than likely scored. But, man, we're kind of back to what was happening in the third quarter here. Or, the second quarter. Kind of, in the second quarter, just there was not a good flow to the game, and kind of picking back up.
That lost 24 yards. It's 2nd and 24 for the Hornets. 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Another high snap. Keegan Ramsey is able to jump and get this one as he takes it to the 35, and then it's blown up right there. So no gain on that carry as a couple of Firth Cougars came flying in. It looked like Wyatt Nelson was the first guy in there. So again, a couple of high snaps on these direct snap plays. That will be the final play of the third quarter. As we flip the field, tied at 13, Declo will be facing a 3rd down and 22 from their own 37-yard line. Well, tonight's game brought to you in part by Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids in Rupert. They provide affordable, appropriate, personalized, and truly local hearing health care. The Pickup family is grateful to be able to serve the Mini-Cassia area and want to wish the Declo boys good luck in tonight's game. Call to make an appointment today at Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids in Rupert, 208-312-0957, or visit them online at mtharrisonaudiology.com. Tonight's game also brought to you by Adrenaline Performance. Since 2008, Adrenaline Performance in Shelley has been the place to go for all your automotive needs. They offer a full-service mechanic shop with the best customer service you can find. everyone at Adrenaline Performance wishes the Cougars good luck in tonight's game. And tonight's game brought to you by Cameron Electric. If your pump is humming but isn't running, if your potatoes are thirsty but your water isn't flowing, give Cameron Electric a call. Cameron Electric is your mini cashier electrician specializing in pumps, panel service, lighting upgrades, and more. Give owner Ty Cameron a call today at 208-312-1990 or find out more online at CameronElectricID.com. Cameron Electric, proud to support Declo in tonight's game. So here we go, fourth quarter. A third and very long here for Declo from their own 37-yard line.
And to me, that third quarter just like flew by. There's only been 2 possessions. Declo took it for kind of a nice drive for a touchdown, and Firth had a turnover on downs, and it's already the fourth quarter, just kind of out of nowhere.
Yes.
That's how it felt to me.
And tied at 13. All of a sudden, this game's gotten real interesting.
Yeah.
It is 3rd and 22 for Declo, working left to right in this fourth quarter. Gerard back to pass, feeling the heat, throwing a middle screen. That's caught by Keegan Ramsey up to the 45-yard line, and that's it. So a gain of 8, 4th down, Declo will punt. And that time, Firth sat back in a pretty conservative zone defense, only rushed their front 4 guys, and even with the front 4, they were still able to apply pressure on Gerard, and that's what we talked about coming in. This is a really talented Firth defensive line.
Yeah, if 4 can get pressure like that, I mean, that's what they've got to do really to finish out this game, I think, to kind of take advantage on defense.
So 4th down, Declo will punt. And that is a line drive kick that will be downed at the 31-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Which side's going to blink first here, Sean?
First defense, with all being said, with the momentum changing, First defense is still really, I think, played really well. And Declo is, I think, at some point got to be happy they got 1 touchdown with all the penalties they had in that drive. And, I think it's going to be kind of, again, who's going to come up with another maybe lengthy drive and score again. You could see a couple turnover on downs coming up, just kind of on drives. But whoever maybe can get the next score is going to have the advantage.
1st and 10. Draw play, it came out, and it's recovered by Declo at the 35-yard line. Oh, Sam Park coughed it up. And recovering the fumble for Declo is Tragan Zollinger.
So just devastating for Firth. Firth did a nice job getting Declo to punt and on the first play. And I mean, I guess it's really been the difference, right? The interception later on in the second quarter, and now a fumble. So no turnover so far for Declo. And that's kind of the difference, but still tied score.
Tragan Zollinger with the fumble recovery. 1st and 10 for Declo at the 34-yard line with 11:05 to play. Gerard going for the home run ball. It is tipped and then nearly caught on the far sideline, but ultimately falls incomplete. They were trying for the deep shot on the left side to Terrell Sanchez. It was batted away by the Cougar defensive back. 2nd down.
And I always like that when you get a turnover, maybe kind of go for a shot for the end zone. I think that's always a kind of a smart play.
Yeah, they had a shot at it, but ultimately falls incomplete. It is now 2nd down and 10 for Declo from the Firth 34-yard line. 10:58 to play. Receiver to either side. Tight end and wing back to the right as well. Direct snap, Gerard, quarterback keeper, will plunge ahead for a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And it could just come down to kind of like a field possession game, or field, like who's going to kind of gain the most field position. And yeah, field positioning could be kind of just a huge part here. Declo's in good shape though right now.
So Gerard picks up 2. It's 3rd and 8 for Declo. Ball at the Firth 32-yard line. 10:25 to play in this ball game. Tied at 13. Hornets just got the ball on a Sam Park fumble that was recovered by Tragan Zollinger, but can they take advantage on offense? It's 3rd and 8. Matthews in the backfield on the left hip of Girard, a receiver to either side. Declo taking their time. Direct snap, busted play, and that ball came out, and Firth recovers. Unreal.
Wow.
Wyatt Nelson recovers the fumble for Firth as Girard fumbles the ball.
You can't make this stuff up. It's just one thing after another, and 2 fumbles basically right in a row. And
these teams are destined to mirror each other, right?
Yeah, and you would have to imagine throughout the year, probably neither one of them have very many fumbles. Yeah, I would just the way they play and how good the running backs are, that's not something you would expect.
And now, Vasquez almost fumbles the handoff at the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. He's able to hang on across the 35 to the 36. Can we get a ball check here? That thing is slick.
But it looked like he maybe thought it was supposed to go to Park, and Park didn't take it. Maybe that's kind of what it looked like to me. And
holy smokes!
If that would have came loose, man.
That 32-yard line is cursed. I'm convinced.
Both crowds are kind of don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's very quiet here in Holt Arena. You can finally feel the tension of the situation here.
Kind of like, do we cheer? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's kind of eerily quiet right now in Holt Arena. 2nd and 6 for Firth from their own 36, working right to left in this 4th quarter. Hand off to Burton Park off the right side. Picks up 2. It'll be 3rd down. Crashing in to make the tackle for Declo that time. Case Durfee. So Burton Park gets 2. And 3rd and 4 for Firth from their own 38. 8:45 and counting in the ball game.
I know there's 8 minutes left, but to me it feels like the time's going to become an issue for one of these teams quickly.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we got plenty of time now, but someone is going to be on the short end of that stick.
Yeah, neither side has really gotten those explosive plays, right? Everything has been hard-earned, and boy, Firth having to take a timeout here with 8:21 to play. That's their 2nd time out of the half. That's big. Well, let's take a moment and thanks to more of our sponsors tonight. How about Mill End Fabrics in Burley? It's the place to go in the mini Cassia area for fabric, upholstery, and foam. Mill End Fabrics has been in business for 28 years and run by your local friends and neighbors, not some out-of-state big box store. Come in and see their wide selection of sewing notions that are always 20% off. Stop by Mill End Fabrics in Burley at 1358 Overland Avenue or call them at 878-5713. Mill End Fabrics, proud to support all Declo athletics. Good luck at State, boys. Tonight's game also brought to you by Cox's Honey. Cox Honey Farms is a proud supporter of Firth Athletics and has been a mainstay in the local community for over 70 years. Cox's creamed honey is second to none in flavor, purity, and quality. Cox's Honey wishes the Firth Cougars good luck in the playoffs. Well, Sandpoint defeated Shelley 21-14.
Wow.
And Eagle just got done defeating Coeur d'Alene 23-14, which means this is officially the only game still going on in the state tonight.
Wow. Blackfoot Sandpoint in that semifinal, and we don't know the other semifinal in 4A until tomorrow night, but
out of the timeout, 3rd and 4 from the 38. Vasquez started right, worked back left. Now he's working back right on the run. Fires, incomplete. He had nowhere to go with it that time. They were trying to throw it to Kyle Jacobson. It's 4th down. And the Declo defense holds.
So, yeah, nice job by Declo's defense there. And Vasquez can just get out of any tight situation, can he? He is very elusive.
Yeah, but tried to make the throw on the run. Ends up falling incomplete. And 4th down. Firth will come on to punt here. Declo has 2 return men back deep. We saw in the first game tonight with Bishop Kelly how that can be problematic.
Yeah, that's not how you want it sometimes.
Drop kick taken by Keegan Ramsey at the 32-yard line, and Ramsey is brought down right there. Nice coverage by Firth down the field. Austin Jacobson on the tackle.
So far in the fourth quarter, we've had 2 fumbles and a punt on the first 3 possessions. So, yeah, neither offense can really get it going. But I think you got credit to both teams' defense. Both have really good defense. Declo and Firth's defense have just both been really strong.
1st and 10 for Declo, starting at their own 32-yard line with 8:04 to play, tied at 13. Again, I ask you, Sean, which side is going to blink first?
Man, and Firth is a team that comes in averaging 44 points a game.
Very surprising. Handoff first down. Keegan Ramsey, sweet play left side, blown up. In on the stop that time for the Cougars, I believe was Jacobson, Kyle Jacobson. So Ramsey loses a yard on that carry. It's 2nd down and 11.
Neither defense really giving away anything here. Might just come down to who can come up with a big play. I don't know.
And it might be a big defensive play.
Yeah,
right?
like a turnover or interception that leads to a touchdown.
Or it is a touchdown, right? Pick 6 or something. Because, both offenses really struggling. 7:20 to play. Tied at 13. Gerard going to sling it in the flat right side. Caught by Caden Ramsey, but blown up right away. In on the tackle, Burton Park for Firth. And that is a loss of 2 more yards. It's 3rd and 13.
And Wyatt Nelson of Firth helped in on that tackle. He kind of seems to be involved in every play tonight.
And now a timeout taken by Declo with 6:58 to go. Because, I can understand the timeout here from head coach Josh Stewart. 6:58 to play, tied at 13. The game is growing late. This is a big 3rd down and 12 play for his offense from the 30-yard line. Got to get to the 42 for the first down, so you want to make sure you've got the right play called.
Yeah, and they've had some pretty good 3rd down conversion passes Declo has tonight. So that's one thing offensively they have been able to do. But yeah, with the game so close and the timeouts running out, you get a little worried.
Yeah, our game reset. 6:58 to play. Tied at 13. Declo has the ball, 3rd down and 12 at their own 30-yard line. They're working left to right here in this 4th quarter of action. Declo has 2 timeouts remaining. Firth only has 1. So the Hornets will break the huddle here on 3rd and 12, try to convert here. If not, they'll punt it away, and Firth could get the ball in pretty decent field position. So we'll see. Gerard in a shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right, and a back close to Gerard on either side, Matthews and Ramsey. Pump fake, Gerard taking a deep shot downfield. It is broken up. 4th down on the far sideline, double coverage. Gage Vasquez came over from the safety spot to knock it away.
And Vasquez was not fooled by that pump fake at all. He beelined it straight to the receiver.
So 4th and 12, and Declo will have to punt here with 6:52 to play, tied at 13. Vasquez ready to return, stands at his own 34-yard line, and Derek Matthews will punt it away for Declo.
Again, Declo, not enough people on the field.
Didn't have all 11 guys, so now we're ready. Here's the punt. It will be taken by Vasquez at the 38. He fumbled it, but he picks it right back up and returns it across the 45 to the 46. Wow.
And it was almost knocked out again when Vasquez picked it up. But geez, so far 2 fumbles, 2 punts from each team. So they're kind of a mirror.
Again, I ask you, can we get a ball check here? That ball, boy, that thing's got to have Vaseline on it or something. Nobody can hang on to this thing.
No, not at all.
Oh, it's crazy. All right. Well, Firth has it 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line with 6:42 to play, tied at 13s. They've got the ball in pretty good field position to start here.
Yeah, I would say this is probably the best field position for either team so far in the fourth quarter, and they've kind of just been positioning, so.
Low snap, Vasquez will hand off to Park. It came out again, but it's recovered by Firth, I believe, one of the linemen. Let's see. No, it's Derek Matthews who comes out of the pile with it. Turnover to the Hornets.
Wow, oh my goodness. You must have been right, Brandon, about the Vaseline. Jeez.
Unbelievable. Sam Park fumbles for the second time tonight. That's a turnover. Right back to Declo as Derek Matthews recovered, and now Matthews will get the carry, and he'll get right to the 50-yard line for no gain.
Yeah, I just have a feeling like Matthews is going to break a run open or something here. He's just been all over the field on defense for Declo. He's a fun player to watch.
Yeah, I mean, that has been the one play of significance in this second half, right? It was the 32-yard run by Derek Matthews that got him down to the 9. Gerard finished off the drive with the touchdown run. But otherwise, I mean, the defenses have been dominant. Second and 10 for Declo. Ball right at the 50-yard line, working left to right. 5:50 to play. Gerard back to pass. Throws in the flat right side. Caught by Keegan Ramsey. Across the 50 to the 47-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
The other thing I can think of is just maybe it's a player we haven't seen is going to come up with a big play. Maybe just someone who hasn't really, been on the radar is going to come up with a big play because everyone else is kind of shutting down everyone else, and a lot of these guys play offense and defense. So you know what I mean? It's kind of like they're going against each other whether they're on offense or defense.
That's true. 3 receivers bunched to the right, the short side of the field. Single receiver to the left is Sanchez on 3rd and 7. Gerard, pump fake, taking a deep shot, looking for Sanchez again. It's caught inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Well, you called it, Sean. How about Terrell Sanchez, his first reception of the night, all the way down to the 13 for a first down.
They've went that route to Sanchez a couple times tonight and just not had it, and also Firth has had some really good defense. The defense was tight there, but he was able. Sanchez was just perfectly thrown right into the breadbasket.
What a catch by Terrell Sanchez, the senior. It's 1st and 10 for Declo. Ball at the Firth 13-yard line, 4.5 to play, tied at 13. Gerard, quarterback keeper, to the 10, spin move to the 5. Whoa, the spin move gets the Declo fans on their feet, as it'll be 2nd and short. That is a gain of 8 for Will Gerard on the QB keeper. 2nd down and 2. Ball at the 5-yard line of Firth. 4:09 to play in this ball game. We're tied at 13. High snap. Gerard plodding up the middle. Got right back to the line, and that's it. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 5.
And I kind of feel like it's Matthews time, not Miller time, but Matthews time down here in the red zone maybe.
You've been very prescient tonight, Sean. Your predictions have all been coming true. So you said it was going to be kind of an unheralded player who hadn't done anything yet tonight. Sanchez makes the big reception.
Well, yeah, just both teams kind of just match up with each other, right? And so I kind of thought they would have to. Someone was going to have to go to someone else. Another timeout, right?
So 3:36 to play. 2nd timeout taken by Declo. It is going to be an important 3rd down play coming up here. So here's our game reset. 3:36 to play in this ball game. Declo 13, Firth 13. Declo has the ball at the Firth 5-yard line. It is 3rd down and 2 for the Hornets, so they can get the first down without getting the touchdown. Each side has 1 timeout remaining, and the story of this game, and especially this second half, has been the defense and the turnovers in particular. I mean, if you go back to just before halftime, Caden Ramsey had an interception for Declo. And then Tragan Zollinger and Derek Matthews have both recovered fumbles. Well, for Declo, they got a turnover and gave it back just as quickly as Gerard fumbled and Wyatt Nelson recovered for Firth. So those 3 takeaways by the Declo defense really standing large right now.
Yeah, and it's got them in then a huge pass and right in the scoring area. I mean, Declo's just benefited from their defense hugely tonight.
3rd down and 2 from the 5-yard line. 3 receivers right, single receiver to the left. Gerard, direct snap, taking it off the right side. Close. I think he got enough for the first down. We'll see where they spot it. He had to get to the 3. He got stood up right at the 3. And this is maybe close enough for a measurement. We'll see. They're going to say no, not even. They're going to put it at the 2, where it'll be 1st and goal.
Wow. And that was a nice tackle, I believe, by Wyatt Nelson of Firth, too, to stop him from pushing into the end zone. So, again, now you got a fresh set of downs. I mean, and the time's running, too, right? There's only 3 left, about 3 minutes left.
Yep, 3 minutes to go. 1st and goal from the 3 for Declo. Tied at 13, receiver to either side, and Declo knows it. They're going to take a lot of time off the clock here. Gerard on 1st and goal from the 3, out of the shotgun. Will hand off to Derek Matthews, trying to bounce it outside. He's brought down back at the 7-yard line. Matthews brought down in the backfield. And Jacobson charging in there. That was Austin Jacobson on the stop for Firth. That was a read option play, and Gerard, I think, should have kept that because by the time Derek Matthews got to the edge, Jacobson was waiting.
Yeah, Gerard might have gotten to the other side a lot easier, but Jacobson read that great and blew that thing up in the backfield. And now it becomes a thing too. If you use all the time and don't, it's a lot of time management right now, right? Now it's really ticking away.
That's why Coach Stewart gets paid those big bucks.
Yeah.
2:05 to play. 2nd and goal from the 8. Gerard back to pass, throwing to the outside, incomplete. Trying to go to Caden Ramsey that time on the near side of the field on an out route. The clock stops with 1:59 to play. It is 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line now for Declo.
Well, what's Declo do here now?
Well, Derek Matthews has made one PAT tonight, right? He missed the one from 35 yards away on the penalty. I don't know if Declo goes to Matthews to kick a field goal if they don't get the yardage they need here on 3rd and goal from the 8. I don't know. We'll have to see. Matthews is a great athlete, but I'm not sure how often he's kicked this year for Declo.
He's done pretty much everything else for Declo, so.
1:59 to go. Man in motion left to right is Matthews. He'll get the toss, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Timeout taken by Firth now with 1:51 to go. Firth will spend its final timeout to stop the clock. And now on 4th down, what does Declo do? I think you printed off all the stats, right? Does it have the kicking stats on there for Declo this year? And if Matthews tried anything? We got plenty of time to talk about it as Firth took their 3rd and final timeout. While you look, I'll give the game reset. 1:51 to play here in Holt Arena in Pocatello. This is a 2A quarterfinal matchup. Declo and Firth tied at 13. It is 4th and goal from the 8-yard line for Declo. And so the question is, do they kick a field goal? Do they go for it on 4th down? Declo has 1 timeout remaining. Firth has 0 timeouts remaining. And it looks like on the year, he has kicked just PATs.
Yeah,
no field
doesn't
goals.
Look like a field goal to
nope,
me.
4 for 4.
I had to double check it didn't look like not any field goals. So, geez.
Look at this, they're lining up for it. Now, trying to see if that's Matthews out there to kick it. This would be a 25-yard field goal attempt for Declo and Derek Matthews. Out of the hold of Keegan Ramsey. Snap down. Kick is on the way from Matthews. It's through.
Wow.
Derek Matthews, nerves of steel. His first field goal attempt of the season. Bangs it through. It is 16-14. Declo with 1:48 to play.
Wow.
And look at this. He put on a special shoe for kicking. You could tell it was solid black, and he wears white cleats. He's now sitting on the field at the 25-yard line getting his regular cleat put back on. So by Firth taking that time out, it gave Derek Matthews enough time to put the kicking shoe on and kind of mentally get ready for it.
Yeah, and just looking ahead, it doesn't look like Firth has taken a field goal attempt either this year. So,
yeah, we could be in for a wild one here. 1:48 to play, 16-13. Declo leads. Firth has no timeouts remaining, so they got to hope they can get a good return here. Now, Declo, the last several kicks have all been kind of squib kick type.
Oh, that's true.
Now, do they try and kick it deep, knowing that the dangerous Gage Vasquez is back to return? Or do you squib kick it knowing that you're going to give Firth pretty good field position?
What do you call the intermediate one where it's like you don't kick it all the way back, but you kick it so kind of just squid it but deep, like a deep squid maybe would be the best call. But
yeah,
Gage is not up pretty. Vasquez is up pretty high.
Yeah, he's at his own 25-yard line. The way the Declo defenses have been playing against Firth, I think you trust your defense, you do the squib kick. You don't risk Gage Vasquez, because when Westside played Vasquez in that overtime game and Westside scored with 3 seconds to play, Gage Vasquez took the kickoff back 80 yards to send it to overtime. So that's how dangerous he is. They will kick it deep. Vasquez takes it at the 22-yard line, heads up the middle of the field, the 35, the 40, and a return out to the 44-yard line. So even with a squib, that's probably right about where they end up.
Yeah, and Vasquez was getting some steam going there, yes. And it got a little quiet.
He's the kind of guy when he is fielding a kick, you hold your breath, and you don't exhale until he's been brought down.
A little Devin Hester.
Yes. 1:42 to play in this 2A quarterfinal. Firth got all the way to the championship last year. Declo has only missed the semifinals once in the past 7 years. Something's got to give here. 1st and 10 for Firth from their own 44-yard line. Declo fans trying to make some noise. Vasquez back to pass. Will sling it. It's caught at the 50-yard line, the 45, the 40, and out of bounds at the Declo 38-yard line. That's Burton Park on the reception for a first down.
Man, really heads-up smart play by Burton. He could have maybe gotten a few more yards, but he went out of bounds. I thought that was really smart of him.
Yeah, 1:36 to play now. It's 1st and 10 for Firth. Ball at the Declo 38, trailing 16-13. Two receivers stacked either side. And this play blown dead before it can start because Declo now takes their third and final timeout.
I think Declo had too many
men on the field.
Yeah, or not the right ones. Something's wrong. 66 for Declo was coming off as the play was about to start.
Yeah, Case Durfee was sprinting over to that Declo sideline. So 1:35 to play. Declo 16, Firth 13. Cougars have the ball. 1st and 10 at the Declo 38-yard line. They have no timeouts to work with, though. So do you continue to try to pass to the sidelines? Do you try and go over the middle, knowing that the clock stops on a first down? You can get up and spike it. Do you run the ball? What do you do here?
Yeah, I mean, I think where they're at now, they've got to go down the sidelines a couple times, but if they can get 15 more yards downfield, then you could maybe look to the middle to have something open. You know, because typically teams sit back and the middle of the field will be open, but I just don't think they're quite close enough to go for that. But the Declo defense is really zoned in. I don't know if you can run it at this point, but It might be, it might be something in disguise.
And again, two linemen sprinting off the field for Declo out of that timeout. It was almost the same exact thing. 1st and 10. Vasquez going to take a deep shot to the 20. It's bobbled and caught. Gets past the defender. Inside the 15. Down to the 10-yard line with 1:28 to play. Austin Jacobson on the reception. That is a gain of 28. The clock will stop until they set the ball, and now it's running again. 1:25 to go. Firth's going to have to line up here and quickly get something. It's 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. We're down to 1:10 to play. 2 receivers stacked either side. Vasquez back to pass. Feeling the heat. In trouble. Back at the 30. Will throw it out of bounds on the far side. There was an intended receiver in the neighborhood, so no intentional grounding. 2nd and 10 for Firth. Ball at the Declo 11-yard line with 1:05 to play.
Whew. I'll take a breath for you. Man, if it's anyone else at quarterback, they're sacked there. That was great by Vasquez. But how about the catch?
Yeah.
That was bobbled, and geez.
Austin Jacobson bobbled it, and the defender for Declo went for the tackle and whiffed. And so Jacobson was able to pick up an extra 10 yards after the catch.
And then Firth just took a lot of time to get that next play going. So
yes,
both teams kind of having a hard time getting the plays they want in defensively and offensively.
2nd and 10 from the 11. Vasquez in trouble, hit as he throws. It is broken up and almost intercepted. A penalty flag comes out at the end of the play as well, as Vasquez got clobbered as he went back to pass. We'll see what the call is here. But again, that Declo pass rush has been there on back-to-back plays.
Be ineligible receiver?
Could be. We'll see what the call is here. They're going to come over and talk to Coach Stewart on the Declo sideline, which means it's against Firth with 1:01 to go. 16-13, Declo leading by 3. Derek Matthews, his first field goal of the season from 25 yards out, the difference right now. Yeah, and it is. You called it, Sean. An ineligible receiver downfield. Declo will take the result of the play, which means it's now 3rd and 10 for Firth with the ball still at the 11-yard line.
So that they'll get the loss of down.
Yes. You can take the penalty yardage or the loss of down. And the way Declo's defense has been playing, yeah, I say take the down.
Yeah, I agree.
3 receivers left, single receiver to the right. 3rd and 10 for Firth from the Declo 11. Down 3. Vasquez dropped the snap. Rolling out right side. He's brought down back at the 20-yard line. That's Daxton Rogers who came through. Clock continues to roll, and they can't spike it. It's 4th down. 4th and 19. This is going to be the ball game with 45 seconds to go. Firth will line up, and they can take as much time as they want here because it is 4th down and 19 with the ball at the 20-yard line. 3 receivers left. Single receiver light. Vasquez back to pass. This is the game. To the end zone. Has a man wide open. It's caught for a first touchdown with 28 seconds to play. Oh, goodness. Burton Park from 20 yards out. A blown coverage by Declo. And on 4th and 19 with no timeouts remaining and the clock rolling, Firth gets the touchdown, a 20-yard strike from Vasquez to Burton Park.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I don't know how they don't have Burton Park covered in the secondary. He is just so open.
A busted coverage.
Kind of an important extra point too, right?
Very important for Cooper Leslie. Kick is through. 20-16 Firth with 28 seconds to go. And again, you've said this line several times tonight, Sean. If it's any other quarterback besides Gage Vasquez, that play doesn't get made.
No, and just I don't even know he has the wherewithal to know that Burton Park is open there too, right? I mean, it's kind of a floating pass into the corner, and there's people there, but Burton Park's wide open, and somehow Vasquez just knows his receivers open and goes there. It's just unreal. And for Declo, you know, their defense has just been so good in the second half to leave someone open. You kind of wonder if it had to do with the problems they were having with the personnel getting on and off, you know?
I mean, you go from 3rd down and 10 and sacking Vasquez for a loss of 9 to make it 4th and 19 with again,
the clock running.
It's almost like in basketball sometimes where a team scores with 3 seconds to go and the opposing team, instead of taking the timeout, just runs because everybody's scrambling, right?
Just heaves it down and finds someone open.
Oh, my goodness. A 20-yard touchdown from Gage Vasquez to Burton Park with 28 seconds to play on 4th and 19. Firth had no timeouts left. The clock was rolling, and now they will kick off. Declo is hoping for a good return here. It'll be a line drive kick taken at the 35-yard line by the up man to the 40, the 45-yard line. Out on the return is Matthew Bronson. And now it's the opposite.
Yeah.
24 seconds to play. Declo trailing 20-16. They have no timeouts remaining. They've got to go 64 yards to get the touchdown. They have to get a touchdown. They're down 4.
That's why I was saying that extra point was huge, because now it's a 4-point game, and they have to go for a touchdown. And of course, Firth's going to sit back here in a more preventive defense.
1st and 10. They will fire it quickly to the sideline at the 50. Caught by Keegan Ramsey. He's brought down immediately. That clock rolls. Declo's got to get up to the line. Taking too much time. It was only a 3-yard completion to Keegan Ramsey. 8 seconds to go. They're going to spike it, or maybe just take a Hail Mary. 4 seconds to go. This is the ball game. Gerard's going to have to heave it. Gerard rolling out left side. It's a shovel pass, bobbled by Matthews, incomplete. And Firth survives and moves on to the semifinal round. 20-16, the final.
Oh my goodness. And Declo just couldn't get up quick enough to run a play, and wow, what a game. It had everything.
Declo was trying to throw a quick out route to Keegan Ramsey on that first play to get him out of bounds to set up what I think was going to be a deep Hail Mary try. But the gap closed so quickly that he was tackled in bounds and the clock was rolling. And by the time they took the snap with 4 seconds to go, Gerard tried to throw a pass to Derek Matthews. It was kind of almost like a shovel pass forward, and they were just going to try a circus play, and it ends up falling incomplete. And so Firth escapes with a 20-16 victory. They return to the semifinal round, and for Declo, this is just the second time in the last 8 years that they will not be participating in the semifinals.
And you just got to think Firth was just waiting to win one of these close games, right? They'd been so close against Westside and North Fremont and came up short. And if you're gonna, not gonna come up short, the playoffs is the place not to, right? So, congratulations to Firth.
20-16, the Cougars win. I'm not gonna have a voice tomorrow. I'm telling you right now.
No, that was intense.
Holy mackerel! All right, we'll take a break, compose ourselves, and get you ready for the IdahoSports.com post-game show. It's on the other side of this break. You're listening to the 2A quarterfinals and the 2021 Idaho High School football playoffs on IdahoSports.com.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up, so yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water, as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And Milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com postgame show one last time from Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. Brandon Baney with Sean Kane. What a wild 2A quarterfinal showdown this was. The Firth Cougars pulling it out of the fire with a 20-16 victory over the Declo Hornets. It all came down to Firth's final drive. They had no timeouts remaining. The clock was rolling. It was a 3rd down and 10 from the 11-yard line of Declo with about a minute to play. Gage Vasquez dropped back to pass, got sacked back at the 20-yard line by Daxton Rogers of Declo. That led to a 4th down and, basically 4th and 20, 4th and 19, really, from the 20-yard line. Had to get to the 1 to pick up the 1st down. The clock was rolling. They couldn't take a timeout. They couldn't spike it because it was 4th down. It was basically line up, schoolyard, scramble style, and Gage Vasquez, with 28 seconds to play, throws a 20-yard touchdown pass to a wide-open Burton Park on just a busted coverage by Declo, and that's how Firth pulls out the 20-16 win tonight.
Yeah, Firth had just a tough second half and never really could get anything going until that final drive where they got a few things going, a few passes going. It looked like Declo was going to win. Derek Matthews of Declo comes in and kicks his first field goal of the year to give Declo that 16-13 lead, and you kind of got the feeling that that's going to be enough. But Firth drove down the field, and it was the last play, it was the last second, and was able to come away with just a close win here tonight.
Yeah, what a wild game this was. And let's go ahead and hand out our IdahoSports.com player of the game.
Yeah, with that being said, we're going to go with Gage Vasquez. He was just the X factor for Firth. He was 8 for 14 on passing, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But, nothing bigger than that last 20-yard touchdown to Park to win the game. And also in that last minute, if it's any other quarterback, he's sacked and probably the game's over. But on a couple occasions, he's able to get away and extend plays or just get rid of the ball. There was one play, he was able to get away, not get sacked, and just throw an incomplete pass and preserve some time and preserved another play, which they needed every play, right? Firth needed every play that they had to win this game, and the last play they had was that touch. So congratulations to Gage Vasquez on being the Idaho Sports Player of the Game.
Yeah, Gage Vasquez, he is the quarterback. He plays safety. He returns kicks. He does it all. And
he was great. If
I had $1 for every time tonight you said, well, if it was any other quarterback besides Gage Vasquez, that probably doesn't happen. I'd have enough money for a value meal at McDonald's, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, what a fun game this was. Firth advances to the semifinals, where they will play the winner of Melba and North Fremont. Now, Firth fans are going to tell you, we want North Fremont, right? After losing 22-21. That was a game that Firth led big in the second half, and kind of like Declo did. They had some breakdowns, and North Fremont came back and won that game. But Huskies got to get past Melba first. Regardless, I think the game will probably be here in Holtz Arena, right? If it's North Fremont and Firth, or if it's Firth and Melba, it'll probably be right here in Holtz Arena next week. So we still have a couple of games tomorrow on the broadcast schedule. That North Fremont game we just talked about. We've got Westside hosting Grangeville. We've got Skyline playing here in Holtz Arena. They're going to take on Valley View. We got some 8-man games here in the Dome tomorrow. Butte County and Notice, Battle of the Pirates, and also Raft River is going to host Potlatch here in the Dome tomorrow. There's a triple header here at Holtz Arena. It's going to be a good time, Sean.
Jeez. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of football, a lot of good matches. We got to see Raft River earlier this year, and that's a fun team to watch. That 8-man football is very fun and exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow, and all of those games will be on IdahoSports.com. If you want to see the full schedule of games we're broadcasting, just click on the Game Streams tab on the homepage at IdahoSports.com. That'll do it for this IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of the 2021 Idaho State Football Tournament. Tournament coverage has been brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valleywide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. Big thanks to our local sponsors tonight as well for Declo, AMI Supply, Cameron Electric, Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids, and Mill End Fabrics. And for Firth, Cox's Honey, River Valley Dental, Adrenaline Performance, and Idaho Ag Credit. Congrats again to Gage Vasquez, quarterback, safety, return man, professional puller out of the firer.
Yeah,
Gage Vasquez.
Elusive.
The elusive one. Gage Vasquez, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, throws the game-winning touchdown pass to Burton Park with 28 seconds to play and no timeouts on a 4th and 19. And congratulations to Firth as they advance to the semifinals with a 20-16 win over the Declo Hornets. For Sean Kane, I'm Brandon Baney. Until next time, good night, everybody.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.